Every time you go away, take a piece of me with you. So I guess maybe we're live. I have to check that. Hey, that's a stream within a stream.
Stream session.
I knew someone was going to say it.
Oh, watch this. This is going to be great. It's just going to keep going. Oh.
What the hell are you doing?
Oh, this is going to go badly. Oh.
We have to go deeper. Whoa.
The worst is when I start moving it. This is going to make it even worse.
Bronyville Dash podcast.
Yes.
This is like when you stand between two mirrors.
Okay. Oh, hey, I can sign up with Twitter. That's kind of cool. Oh my god! How do I mute?
We built a version of this. Oh Jesus!
Wow, that was painful.
Is it echoing?
Yeah, I muted. I'm just going to run with it. Can I pop the chat out like you could with the other site?
No, you
Unfortunately,
can't.
no.
Oh, crap. Alright, I have to mute everything else. Alright, we'll make this work.
It shouldn't be echoing. Is it echoing?
Oh, I'm not. I muted the stream. I'm good now.
Oh, okay. I need to find out for the people out there. I can see forever. Hey, we're gonna do tabletop today. Yay! Roger's here. Here's a table. Are you saying that this Twilight is weird looking?
I don't remember having that many corners. I think it's really the eyes. Like they don't. And then when they're rendered in 3D, they don't look nearly as like friendly.
Whoa!
They're very shiny. But yeah, when you zoom in, it's very DS level 3D.
Over there.
Yes. So here we are. It's tabletop. Whoa! Here we go. There's Sandy. There's Alpha Brony. We got a 5-iron.
I bet 1 rarity.
There's me. We're doing a game here. We're using tabletop sim because reasons. Someone has bet a rarity.
This is the future, man.
Ooh, whoa, rarity is real. Just a little rough.
Wow.
What have I become? No!
It's better this way, you see.
It's okay. It's okay. It'll be okay. Okay, so yeah, we are here. We're doing tabletop sim. Let me do this. Let me decrease this slightly. Maybe I can actually have the chat and everything.
You must have updated Chrome or something. Your Chrome is strange and frightening.
So here we are. My brain hurts. No Pixel this week. No Pixel. Just so what we're doing is we decided that we're going to start doing the tabletops more, and just because Pixel is a very, very busy lady, we're going to start bringing in some of our other friends to actually help us out doing tabletops. So this week we have our friends 5-iron and Alpha from that Brony Time game show place. And then,
Yeah, sorry.
It's a game show place?
The game show. It's like the game show channel, but different.
Is it like one of those like humiliating Japanese game shows?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Every time I'm on, it feels like that.
Kishu's Castle or something.
Pretty much, yeah.
My brain hurts.
All right, so there we go.
Brain specialist. No. No. Yes. Yes.
No spoons allowed. What this game? It's a tabletop. Look, I've got dice. I can take dice. I can throw dice off the world, and then they reappear right here.
That's all you need right there.
And I rolled a 9.
Does this thing have a dice tower you can...
It does have a dice tower, but I increased the dice size because they were originally about that big.
Oh.
And so the dice tower wouldn't fit them. Well, we're going to explain that. We're all getting prepared. Is there any questions, Alpha 5 Iron Sandy, any questions you have before we begin?
Where's Alpha?
I don't know. He's your co-host.
That is not correct for asking.
Listen, I gave up trying to control him a long time ago.
He's the rogue. You always keep an eye on the rogue.
Oh, he's a rogue. He's there. We just don't see him.
Butterfly in the sky. I can dice twice as high. Dice tower.
Is it going to be an actual Bronyville?
No, we're just doing tabletop.
Oh, I thought you said... Okay.
No, we're just doing tabletop.
I misinterpreted.
Just tabletops.
Okay.
Because the hiatus continues.
Yep.
Have they actually set a release date?
2015.
Just that year sometime?
Basically, yeah. They have not actually said anything about when the date's going to start, but with that recent Twilight Sparkle show promo they put out, it said in spring 2015. So my comment was like, oh look, another 4 months of hiatus.
Well, what was that old song about, like, the year 2525? Who did that song? It's gonna be 2015. Defend him, still survive.
I have no idea.
Oh, Jesus. Why would anyone play Monopoly?
Especially play Monopoly in the tabletop simulator, because you have to do everything manually.
This is coming from someone who's played like an ungodly amount of Monopoly. It's a terrible game.
You just got to play the game right. You have to, anytime you land on a space and you can't buy it, it immediately goes to auction.
Well, that's in the rules.
Right.
So,
But nobody ever does that.
But
They always just pass it up and go, boo!
no,
And then the games take forever.
the secret to Monopoly is it's just like a vehicle for browbeating people. That's literally the only strategy that works.
I think Alpha is having to put down his children.
Phrasing.
There's Jumanji. Can we insert like?
Yes, this is a
Random
great.
events.
This is a great game for playing all the games that you probably shouldn't be able to get for free online.
Oh, yeah, no, Scope, the whole thing, like, immunities are totally valid, but... Oh, God. I haven't played this game in forever.
I don't even know if, like, the take the card and put it into the thing works. Like, I had this game, so see, pick up one of these.
Does this game also have Robin Williams in it?
Alright, I'm gonna place it into here, see, no, it's not. It's not sliding into the thing so you can reveal what happens.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, how does that work now?
Rhino Rampage.
Like Jake's sound effects are super like loud over here, and it keeps sounding like someone's brewing coffee in the other room.
Let's see.
Still no sign of Alpha?
Not yet. Just gotta put those kids down.
Let's see. On my combat roll, I rolled a door.
Yeah!
Rhinoceros says no.
The games have shown you the door.
You can play reverse Jenga.
But
Oh, it has Twilight. That's right, it has Twilight Struggle. At Game O.
We have some fancy tables now.
I like how all these are built with the assumption that you're like playing this out in the lawn somewhere.
I want to go outside.
I have played a game of Power Grid outside. It was not nearly as exciting as people thought it was going to be.
Yeah! Aw.
Well, it's like everything, like all, like because Power Grid has your game fun money.
No, I'm trying to stack things. No!
Like, have anyone ever played that game Black and White?
This is clearly far more entertaining than the game we're supposed to be playing, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we're just waiting for Alpha.
Wood explosion.
Yes, Tabletop Simulator is full of excitement.
Can you play the electronic vibrating football game with this? I don't believe so. I don't believe they've got that yet, but they pretty much have everything.
I want to play Crossfire on this.
Oh. Want us to
We
play?
get caught up in it.
What was the as a kid there was one game that had like you had to climb a mountain and there was like a tornado little dude that was actually a top, and if you hit the button, if like you landed on a space, you had to hit it, and if he hit you on the way down and you got flung off, you'd have to restart at the beginning.
Yeah, I don't remember. Do you remember the game where you had to flip pancake, like cardboard pancakes?
That's weird. Mr. Bucket.
Oh no.
I like that there's all these games and then Twilight Struggle, which is like a long, like involved strategy game.
Oh yeah.
It's really good though. It's like the best board game I've ever played.
I've heard it's #1 on like
Assorted
board.
Cheetos.
Yeah, assorted Cheetos.
Oh my. Oh. I don't know about that.
I don't want. Oh boy.
What?
These are other hot, spicy Cheetos, I guess.
This
Here's
is
a pile of bird gizzards for you.
They all sound like plastic.
This is a terrible game. Why would we play this?
Cheeto stacker.
Yeah, they're larval Swedish fish.
oh my.
I don't know what I expected.
Yeah. That's really best if you have the whole gif of that whole scene.
Could do some 5-player chess. How about the best card game in the world?
Oh no.
Get your cards.
Wait.
That one's mine. Ha! I'm smashing your cards.
Oh, I got Donkey.
I got Pinocchio. Alright, I'll raise you a donkey.
I got a Farquaad. I win.
I'll raise you an idiot izzard.
How do you flip them over?
F.
F. Oh, that makes sense.
Okay,
The Jungle Scout card.
Alpha's back from
Hey,
putting his
Alpha's
kids
back!
down.
We were just about to play Shrek the card game.
Things have changed since you came out.
Oh!
Okay, we are floating in some sort of void.
It lasted longer than I expected it to.
That's what I think of your Shrek.
If you want to view paradise. All right, let's see.
Shrek got wrecked.
All right, so
Wee.
are we starting the stream?
Yeah, the stream's already started. We were waiting on some pony,
Oh, okay.
some brony.
I like that.
Now we're playing it in an access corridor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go into the field.
Here we are in the cell block we
Looks
found.
like the hallway outside your apartment here.
This is wider.
A little more prison-like.
I'm gonna have Applejack, my spirit animal, through this.
All right, everybody, get your spirit animal.
Best horse.
Sorry, 5-Iron, you're stuck with Rainbow Dash.
You're stuck with categorically the worst. Oh, we can't get...
Sandy, don't turn your back on your true love.
I am Princess Horse. Oh.
So,
Hey, we should play a game.
let's get this party
You
started.
guys came here to watch us, like, dick around with this thing, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Good.
Everything is intended.
Rusty headphones. Nicely done.
So I guess I should go hit the... All right, if we're ready, I can go hit the button.
Do we want to do, like, rules explanations before we record or after?
We should probably explain any of the rule stuff for the crowd and not leave that for the...
Right, okay.
For the we'll just do the hey, this is once we go live for the recording, we'll just go, hey, it's us, we're doing this, Savage World, My Little Pony, go here, here's the adventure. So if there's anything else that needs to be covered before we start, let us cover it now or forever hold our Pisces.
Then I guess I'll run through I'm going to run through the rules, and obviously people will learn as they go. Can't think of anything else we need, unless anyone else has any questions that are off camera.
I'm sure when I screw up, you'll let me know.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yep, and this is Scope. These are the only pieces right now. Though if anybody wants to make 3D models of our ponies for this game... Ah! Piggy!
I think there is a 3D pony.
Oh!
I'm pretty sure there is a 3D pony creator. I'm not sure if you can export the models though. But I know they're all based on these weirdo Gmod ponies.
Now that would be awesome.
That would be kind of cool. But generally, at least this scenario that I've planned, we don't really need a board.
We don't.
Sometimes we will, and the game uses like a square grid, so I'm sure we can.
It's a horrible sound. Sorry.
It is. Alright, so any questions before we go Alpha and 5-Iron?
No.
Nah. Just do
figure
it.
it out.
Alright, let me go hit the button for
I'll
the
just say
audio.
that I have like a little introduction which I had written down on my laptop, which is now dead. I stupidly decided not to write it on Google Docs, so. But I will introduce your characters in turn. Press the
Put down the pinky.
No. But you must hop.
I think I read somewhere that when the horses like hop like that, it's called plonking.
No.
I think
That
somebody told you that to make you say that, to a crowd of people.
Yes.
So they go, God, listen to that guy. He doesn't even know a thing. He thinks that's...
Well, that's without
know
saying.
anything about horses.
God.
I know nothing of dressage. What are you talking about?
Hey everyone, we're doing tabletop. Woo!
Hey.
Welcome to the My Little Pony tabletop number 9, 10? 10. Hey, we're on 10. Stop hitting me with pinky right now. And we're doing all this in Tabletop Simulator right now, so we've got a whole bunch of figurines and an actual table and everything, so we're doing this. We have myself, Sandy's here,
Yo.
and our first time guest is Alpha and 5-Iron of that Brony Time thing.
Dun,
This is the
dun,
first time I've ever been on the Bronyville show, I think, isn't it?
Is it?
I thought you were on here before.
Well, it's in the awards episode one, so
Well, that counts.
It's an episode.
And
You got to be in the most contentious episode.
yeah, exactly.
Yes. Weaponized pinky.
Ah, no.
Our players we've decided to add this like 3D tabletop element to this, as real people are just screwing around with the pony figure.
As one would if they actually were at a real table.
Yes, but
So yeah, we're here. Roger, go ahead. Roger here. Let me introduce him as well. Is the actual major domo for the Savage World of My Little Pony game that we play over here on our side.
Major Domo is like a head butler, so I don't know.
Well, you kind of like lead along and open doors and keep the place tidy.
Fine, we'll go with it.
But
if I can do my if I can do my Michael Caine voice.
sure. I'll permit it. But yeah, he has created the Savage World of My Little Pony, which uses Savage World campaign and does a whole bunch of stuff with horses. So if you want to explain it a little bit, Roger,
Just
if you haven't heard these spiels before,
yeah, I like your strategy. I'm going to give him this incredibly cryptic introduction and then ask him to unravel it for our guests.
that's it. Yes.
Now that I've taken this completely out of context, here's what actually happened. So the simplest introduction to this is I'm a big role-playing game fan. I made a supplement for the Savage World system that's for My Little Pony. I've been doing this for probably far too long. And just for those of you, the ones if you're just tuning in now, it's available freely to be downloaded on my DeviantArt. You need the core Savage Worlds rulebook for it to make a lot of sense. As I said, it's just it's a fan-made supplement, and you need the core rulebook for it. So that's just in advance. Plus, Savage Worlds is like a friend of mine put it. It's like the system designed to make gamers use every little doodad that they have. So the game uses dice, but also cards and tokens.
Because there's bennies and dice and
Yeah.
the only thing it doesn't have is a coin flip at this point.
Yeah, I don't think there's a coin flip, but I mean, the game is. I actually remember reading Savage Worlds was originally a miniatures game system, and it's really made for games like Deadlands. So it's got the whole kind of like gambling and playing cards and such element to it. But so it's got some funny idiosyncrasies compared to other role playing games. But it's very simple. It's good for new people, and yeah, I kind of made this just on my own whim, and it's gotten a fair amount of attention, I'd say. So
I stole Pinkie Pie from Five Iron, and now he's upset.
Give it back.
can you make
I could add more if it's really necessary.
Oh, the Pinkie Pool?
none of this is necessary.
None of this is necessary. That is correct.
Oh, you bitch. I mean, you yay.
You yay.
Nope. Ah, what happened?
So
Twilight, we're just gonna keep focusing on you. Just don't. Just turn away. Just turn away.
look away.
Just look away, Twilight.
So yeah, and we've been doing these games for a little while now. There's been the plot for the game has been sort of vaguely ongoing up until this point. It's been very episodic. AC and Chef are playing are playing more or less the pony versions themselves.
Yep.
But yeah, so as I said, for people who might be new or have only listened to once or twice, the game is all you can download the supplement for free and check it out. It's currently in need of a revision, something I'm currently working on. So, but yeah, we're here with 4 players. It sounds like.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
hopefully with a rotating cast in future games. Pixel Kitties has played before. She's fantastic, but could not make it this weekend due to it's like almost she's a job and a marriage or something.
Boring.
What are those about?
Grosso. I know.
That hasn't stopped us from doing this. Ugh.
Give me that pink horse.
And his wife.
Okay, we can stop. We can I'm sorry. I don't mean to direct this.
No, well, he's going through all the jargon stuff.
Yeah.
We're
Give me that.
Can we overlay this over this footage? My introduction, Chris.
I could always just do this and it completely distracts them all.
That was not me.
that was my move.
So anyway, I'm going to go through like kind of the rules of the system because we have Alpha Brony and 5 Iron from the. I'm really sorry. What is your podcast called?
Brony time.
Brony Time.
With Alpha and 5 Iron.
I'm so behind on Bronyville itself. I'm just
Me too.
yeah, that's saying something. So yeah, they are our guests for this week and hopefully in future games. So I guess just start right away with it. Like just real quick, go through the rules because as I said we have new players, and then for anyone listening, just so they kind of know what's going on because otherwise it sounds like a bunch of weird stuff.
Does anyone have a link to the stream? So.
Oh,
I got you.
gotcha.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, so the Savage Worlds is role playing game system. If people, I know a lot of people have played D&D at some point in their life. It's the same kind of general idea, but it's mechanically it works differently. So as I was I guess we can make the character sheet viewable by the public.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
however we want to. I've got the character sheet up here. So
I think
let's
sometime
see.
anyone with the internet can find. Okay, yeah. So if you wanted to post the link to it.
Yeah, I can include it in the show notes as well. So let me go ahead. I'll list this here. This is mine, Apple Ciders. Pretty much the talkie horse, as I tend to be. High Persuasion. As of recent, I've gotten 2 of my things back, so I increased my agility so I wasn't so massively slow and getting hit all the time.
And just as a word of explanation, this is I use Google Docs because I play and run games online a lot. Google Docs is great for hosting character sheets and such online because you have groups of. So this is like a character sheet that I designed for Savage Worlds in general. I've used it for other Savage Worlds games and other stuff like that. So this kind of shows what all of their character stats and such are.
Yep.
It looks a little complicated, but Savage Worlds is actually very very simple, especially compared to most other role-playing systems.
Yeah. But let's see. The stuff I've picked up since last time, I took 2 skills in intuition because there's a skill later on that I want to get. The voice. That sounds like it's kind of crazy.
And this is all stuff that's in the book. If you download the book for this, it'll explain most of it. As I said, you need the core rule book.
Yes.
For most of it to make sense.
I've picked up over the game. I think I've started with only 1 problem, and seems I have adapted more.
Yeah.
Arachnophobia at some point because I don't know spiders.
Well, no, we had the game where you were surrounded by spiders.
Yes.
You were on Spider Island, as it were.
I was. Let's see. I picked up recently No Secrets, which is a neat ability which allows me to try and really tell if someone's lying their butt off. Let's see. Yeah, instant activation of the feat. When I roll Notice or Intuition, I gain a +4 bonus on that roll. So,
and just I guess put into context for people. Your attributes there and skills, and those are much like any other role-playing game. If you've played Dungeons and Dragons, the term edges is basically what feats are.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is people audience can check this out, and it's not so much worth explaining in detail.
Yep.
At the moment.
Yeah, and I increased my leadership to D8, which is good because then I can just tell people, "Hey, you're good. You can do this," and then they get bonuses. Go you. Let's see, Sandy, what did you do?
You went with my suggestion, I think.
His suggestion, which was Vigor to D8 and Diamond Heart.
Yeah, Sandy's character here. Let me delete that there. You don't need to see my internal notes.
Notes are gone.
Yes.
Screenshots.
Sandy is I would definitely say the more down to earth character. He's very tough and hard to deal with. So, well, hard to get rid of, I would say.
Hearty, perhaps.
Yes.
All right, so let's go look at our new friends. Let's start with 5 Iron. What about him?
Both of our new guests are just who are shamelessly aping other games and/or movie properties.
That's how we do it.
Very shamelessly.
So this is Five Iron here has tons of them, and that's all because of the jack of all trades skill he has.
Yeah, this is an edge that's in the core rulebook. Everything that's smarts based, that there's no penalty for having it untrained, so he effectively has the low level skill in everything smarts based.
And still with some intimidation, so that's good, because I don't think either me or Sandy actually have intimidation.
Yeah, this character's built the force of will edge makes it so your intimidation uses spirit instead of strength.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes it so you get to use your spirit in your attribute instead of strength for defense.
Okay.
And yeah, so it's the intimidation of words and threats versus being physically intimidating.
Okay. And then we have our Pegasi. I think this is, Paige was a Pegasi. We've actually had a unicorn.
Yep. Yeah, we haven't, and then both Pegasi have been sneaky.
Yeah.
This is terrible.
Very sneaky.
You heard it here, all Pegasi are sneaky and devious.
Yes.
Yep. Roger, do we need to go to classes? But yeah, yes, he is super, super sneaky. You have a 10+2 agility, athletics, fighting, stealth, streetwise, all that stuff. So Alpha is quite acrobatic, even has it there in his name. And
all of these things have rules text attached to them, but since this is a public document viewable, I don't put anything that's necessarily copied directly from the book up here.
Mm-hmm.
So
yep. The last thing is that all of us have bennies, which are pretty much.
This is the fun little element in Savage Worlds. Everyone starts with what are called bennies, and they're just tokens. Whatever you want to represent them with, but they're your bits. You get to spend these to re-roll things. So if you get a roll that's just particularly bad, you can spend a Benny to pick it up and re-roll the whole thing, and you get to take whatever the better result is. You use them for other things, but that's the primary one.
That's the primary. I need to make this roll, and I just roll a 3. So.
Yeah, or you rolled something just short.
Right.
So and then you just want to be aware that you get 3 Bennies every session, and they don't carry over. So you have your 3, you can spend them, and then you can gain more. The game master is given kind of free reign to hand them out as rewards for various things. There's also abilities and such to give them back to you. So.
Yeah, spider.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Spooky spiders.
Actually, someone's asking about zebras. I'll make it just quick. Yes, they're in the rule book. There is a stat thing for them that you can play a zebra. It's I would consider it experimental. They're not full. I wish if I was going to add them in a bigger way, I would add much more to them. But right now, it's there's you can play zebras and griffins. They're in the book.
And they just play as Pegasi and Earth Ponies, or
no? That's the one thing I wanted to avoid doing because I think reskinning is kind of lazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, lazy from a game. If you're a player or a game master doing it, that's great. But I mean, as a game designer, I think reskinning stuff is kind of lazy. Plus, if I wanted to add something to the game, I want to make it unique and interesting. So yes, they're in the book.
I'm looking forward to your Alicorn OC edition.
I've had I've people ask that from day one, and the answer is no.
I want to play my Alicorn OC. She's the princess of space, and
yeah, guess what? It already is a
super cool. It's the princess of time.
I have a cat in my lap.
You know, you do. It's how I get better rolls. I distract the GM, and then the cat starts nuzzling the microphone.
Stop rubbing your face on the microphone, cat.
Okay, well, we've got this. I think we're all ready to go. So, Roger, if you want to make pretend you're, while he fights a cat, if you want to make pretend the intro to your, to the adventure we have here.
So, yeah, I'll get the intro. Just as I said, I'll explain. I guess should we just explain the rules as we go along?
Yeah, go ahead. We'll do that.
Yeah.
And we'll explain the dice rolls and everything, and how we are going to approach this and beat this game.
This session is kind of an introduction to the idea of this being an ongoing game. So
this is a multi-parter. This is our
So the previous games have been basically like an episodic thing, and this will have some sort of structure for future games. Especially, I think 5 Iron will be pleased with it. In particular.
Oh my.
Uh-oh. Hats?
We're gonna go back in time.
No. Hey. Jerk.
So, anyway. As I said, I usually have like a flowery intro written for these games, but I think I mentioned before, like my laptop died, which I stupidly didn't write it on Google Docs, so I don't have access to it. So yeah, I normally have this kind of like pretentious sounding intro that I read off, but I'll have to go with that what I have on the top of my head. So let me get 1 second. Yeah, I had to like Flintstones it. I have everything written on like a legal pad and pen. Now hard to get to because there's a cat in my lap. Orange little cat. I'm not gonna complain. So just one second while I dig everything out.
5 Iron, if you actually just leave Pinky right over here, I will make sure she doesn't leave you.
You're a liar.
I'm not lying. Just trust me.
You're so a liar.
Trust me.
Go away. See,
Wait.
see you two going.
No.
We're coming for your waifu.
Took my Twilight. I purposefully locked her over there.
This is actually,
Obviously, you didn't.
I can use this to like actively gauge player boredom as how much you're playing with the dumb crap at the table.
There. Yeah, I'm good. All right, let's go ahead and start this thing up. What is the title, Roger?
Okay, so this is there he goes. All right, cat's gone now. Finally. So this is session number 10. Every session I give like a little pithy name to. This is called "Stranger Things Have Happened."
All right.
Which, anyway, so this game is going to take place. I guess we had kind of continuity. It's usually like whatever time of the year it is right now on human shaved ape Earth.
For the most part, unless we have a Halloween episode in like
Way late.
January.
Yeah. Oh boy. So
We're going to do these more often. That'll be the good part. We'll probably actually do one in December. You know.
Yeah,
I'll have to continue.
I'll have to continue the tradition of like every bad show and have a Christmas special.
If this is time based and it all Doctor Who-esque, it could just be the Christmas Doctor Who-ish special.
Yeah. Everyone learns the true meaning of Christmas.
Yeah, we just have to figure out what Christmas tale we want to ape. You know, just be Scrooged the.
Or what was it? Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so this session is going to begin as winter is starting to get along in Ponyville. And we're going to start off. It's very close to midnight in Ponyville. There's snow outside. It's long since become cold and everything's turned gray and the leaves have fallen and such. So we usually start off actually here in Ponyville, since in our fantasy world, AC and Chef like jointly own a Greasy Spoon restaurant.
Our favorite greasiest spoon in the entire area because we own it.
Yeah, and have lately been embroiled in all sorts of sorts of international politics and interdimensional chicanery. But this is usually where things seem to happen the most. Go ahead.
Oh, I mean, just like, yes, they do, to the point that they just kind of at this point are just like, oh, hey, it's another one of those things now. Okay.
Yeah,
I enjoy the series transition of us just going like, all right, what do we got to do now?
Because it started off as like you're at home and things have happened. So you started going on vacation, and that's when things started happening. So, yeah, So, anyway, so this begins one night. The exact date's not specific, but there is the wind outside is blowing and it's very cold. But AC, you are awoken from whatever like cozy bed you're in.
Oh, my cozy bed.
There is a like sharp but polite knocking at the door.
Huh? Starry, get up and get that. It's cold. Never mind. I'll get that. Get yourself up. Get your ass up out of that bed and you do it.
I don't know where that joke came from. I just liked it. Sorry, actual story.
Actual Starry sitting right next to me, rolling her eyes the entire time.
Laughing, yes. I don't know why we decided that she sounds like Dr. Girlfriend, but we just went with it. Yeah. AC, and it's like I think we've always had is like the room, like the restaurant's upper story is a bunch of rooms, and like
Yep.
And Chef is the one across the hall.
Yep.
He can hear this too. There's the like a kind of repeated but polite sounding knocking at the door. This is unusual because normally the unruly patrons that come here in the evening, since you do serve alcohol here, are usually shoveled out of here by then. Like, this is way too late. The restaurant's been closed for a while.
It was late. It is, midnight-esque.
Yes,
so.
and you weren't expecting anyone.
All right, hold on. I mean,
Climbing up into onto the table so he can play.
have a rogue cat that's just wandering around for some reason in the.
So kind of Chef pokes his head out because he can hear the knocking too. It's rather unusual.
Chef, are you expecting anyone?
No, it's way too early for that.
I got a big day tomorrow. Okay. Let's go see. Maybe it's those kids again. They want to bang on the pots or something to get their cutie marks. Whatever.
They've discovered coffee.
I really need to tell those kids.
For Smash.
Yeah, Smash cutie marks are really not what you want in life, kids.
They are trying to get their cutie marks in being like security guards at a used store.
High ambitions in these.
Yeah, so it's a good role model for children. Yeah. So the two of you kind of walk downstairs, and everything's of course closed up, and there's a knocking at the door, like just for the fun of it. Who wants to actually answer it?
I'll go ahead and answer it since I have the better speaky. Hey, we're kind of closed up, but hi, hey, what can I help you with? Hi, my name's Apple Cider.
Does it sound like ponies have doorknobs in this universe?
They do.
They do? No, you're right, they do.
They do. They have handles.
Do you just bite them?
Yeah.
Or use magic.
Or magic.
Or hooves just to open stuff.
Or wing fingers. Yeah,
feather Fluttershy has weird feather fingers.
Or Rainbow Dash does it too. It's the don't think about it too hard.
Yeah. It's
principle.
This is easier to animate. Principle. So AC, I was imagining, pulls the bolt out of the door and throws it open by a blast of cold air.
Da!
And the shadowy figure standing outside. Ooh. This is red. Okay. Yeah, there is a. 1 second. This is getting.
We have a feline loving on.
There we go. Okay. Anyway, so back to the game. Standing at the door is there is a earth pony kind of wrapped in a warm-looking jacket of some sort or sweater. With a fez on top of his head. Rubbish. Real quick. So obviously this is 5 iron. Do you have can you give us a description for your character?
What do you mean, back?
Just or a physical description.
Gray coat, beard, glasses,
Fez.
brownish gray hair.
Oh, that's it. There's a picture in
in the doc.
Yes.
There's the image if that is anywhere close to what you're if this is who you actually are.
Yeah. Minus the sonic screwdriver.
No, he has a sonic screwdriver.
It would have to be a toy then.
It's a toy sonic screwdriver.
It's part of that weird fan club that meets every few weeks.
Yeah.
We let them come in. They give good business.
Because there's that point, there is Time Turner's entire job was apparently to work the hourglass.
Yes. Flip.
Who did that comic about the Q-Mark Crusaders and they meet Baby Rattle from G1?
Oh boy.
Q-Mark is the Baby's Rattle and say they're drinking a beer. It's what's your cutie mark? It's what is your special talent? She's rattling stuff.
I rattle stuff real good.
Yeah. So anyway, so 5 irons at the door, and I'll give him some background because I've kind of thrown him into this. Since I don't have any deep background in your characters, the reason you're here is that a few days ago you rather like abruptly and mysteriously received a letter in the mail, and it's all written in royal stationery, and it's been stamped by Princess Luna herself.
Whoop.
The letter you received is terse and kind of confusing. It just told you to be in Ponyville at this address by midnight on this night, and it looked official enough. It seemed legit. It was on like the royal stationery and sealed, wax sealed and everything. You have no idea why the Princess of the Night would want to send you. Yeah, would want to send you here specifically, especially at this time, to what appears to be like the equivalent of a roadside diner. So you are as much in the dark as they are.
Okay.
Especially since the porch lights went out, it's especially in the dark.
Yeah.
Oh, that's no good. Hey, what is this about? Did you send this to me? Because knock it off.
Okay, first off, hi, how you doing? My name's Apple Cider, that one half of the Apple Cider Eatery and Drinkery. 2, it's like midnight, but that's cool. 3, what's that thing you got?
Don't ask about that. So this letter, did you send this to me? Because like
What?
I don't.
What letter? Like
This letter I'm not holding with a hand.
obviously not holding with a hand.
This.
All right, and so I look at it and what does it read?
That's it. It's literally like 5 iron. A greater cause calls for you. Be at insert address in Ponyville by midnight on this date. And it's signed, and at the very end it has Princess Luna and then all of her assorted like titles that go after it. Have you ever seen like the Queen of England's full title? It's like 3 lines long.
Gotcha.
It is signed like it, especially from your perspective as someone I think you've met her at least once or twice.
Perhaps. I poke my head out, look for some sort of transportation moon to be floating about for what.
No. Remember that crashed on the ground.
She could have backups.
Yep.
We've had enough problems with Luna's moving moons.
Yeah.
That you can't help but be safe. Tell you what, just come on in. It's cold out there, so just come on in real fast. We'll figure this out. I don't know what Luna wants. I didn't ask for anything. I'll put some. Are you coffee, cocoa, anything?
Coffee actually.
Oh, sweet. All right, awesome. I'll put some of that on. Hey, Sandy, we got a guest.
All right, I'll get some food going.
Yeah, put some clothes on.
Oh dear.
Oh, no, I don't wear clothes.
We're much more free about that sort of thing. They're a Waffle House now. I like your restaurant's personally getting like seedier and seedier.
Well, considering that we keep spending extended periods of time away and leaving it in the hands of assistants that we haven't actually like written up, so yeah.
Was that the Jim Gaffigan thing about it's like Waffle House is like a gas station bathroom that sells waffles.
Yeah.
It's gone to that level. So yeah, 5
Here's
irons
something I'll never hear.
5 irons let inside, and the door kind of bolted back behind him. But yes, as I said, like it seemed like you weren't doing anything of like of immediate importance at the time, and this is a summon from one of the highest figures in the land. But it is odd that she sent you to this place, of all the places that.
Of all dirty backwaters.
Yeah.
But hey, we got a castle now, so that's pretty sweet.
Of all the gin joints in the world, you had to wander into mine. Terrible Humphrey Bogart impression.
Yeah, absolutely horrific. Horrific.
So yeah, if you like, and this is it. We started with a whole lot of deep background in your character, so feel free to have fun with that.
Well, so hi, as said, I'm Apple Cider. Coming down the stairs, hey chef, this is, he got a note from Luna.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, why would she send them here?
Oh, I don't know. Why would Luna send someone here? It's like it's that time again. That mystical, magical time where something happens.
But AC, we haven't scheduled a vacation.
I know.
This is so weird.
I haven't had any vacations planned. I was looking at cruises, but decided to change my mind. Because the last time we took a cruise, that went swimmingly.
Yeah, well, those Tarpinians, we showed them.
Yes, spiders.
If it's not spiders or Germans, it's spacecraft and diamond dogs.
And everything odd. Meat. Some strange, meat jail cell that we're in. Oh, boy. So, yeah, and I assume Five Iron is listening to us mutter going, uh-huh!
Meat?
Yeah.
He does
meat
the
what?
Dr. Evil like, bro.
It's a meat prison. We were in a meat prison.
It was the fairies, I tell you.
The fairies were the ones that did it, I swear to you.
I think they just had they were just ahead of the curve with that whole maple covered bacon thing.
Yeah, probably. They had a lot of covered everything, so.
So yeah, any explanation of what this is about?
I don't know, but usually with the way things pan out, we're gonna figure that out real soon.
Well, hey, I've got some pancakes going. Just,
right.
I'll be back out in a little bit.
Okay, all right. Well, let's see. So it's just you. Person, I know your name for no reason because I haven't heard it from you yet.
You probably introduce yourself.
It was on the letter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, right.
So are you good at golf or what?
No, not at all. It's a long story, and we don't have time for that right now. But I do want to find out what this is about.
I don't talk to my parents.
Yeah, it's difficult. Okay, holidays are terrible.
Yeah. So just after, and then after a moment, there's another even more subtle knock at the door, tentative.
Oh, I wasn't in the back of the dining room the entire time, sitting in the dark.
No, not yet.
He's not the more subtle. All right, I go to the door. Did you get a note?
Yeah, sure enough, Sheriff, there's a pony wrapped in white at your door. And
Halloween was a few weeks ago, but I might have something in the back. Hold on.
I might be able to scrape a melted Tootsie Roll off the floor. Hold on.
Got some
This
gum
does
under
look like-
these. Got some gum under these tables if you want.
This looks like a hay waffle house, doesn't it?
Something like that. Hi, hey, I'm the owner of this place. How are you?
There's a very cold and snow bedraggled red Pegasi at your door.
Hi.
Who looks like he's much used to being in Pony Italy than in this frostbitten wasteland.
Blasted Pony Italy.
Full disclosure, there is actually a Pony Italy.
All right, everyone in the chat, come up with the name of what Pony Italy is.
I was saying my Sunday game takes place in Pony Italy.
Oh, okay.
I'm from Sicily.
There you go. That was what I was kind of.
There we go.
All right.
If you start conflating Sicily to Italy with either Italians or Sicilians, you're gonna get punched.
Napoli.
Naponi.
I actually went with Gildenia because they're the Italia.
Let's see. So
I'm from Adjorne.
DiGiorno. Boy.
So Alpha Brony, do you have a physical description for your character?
Yeah, there he is. Red Pegasus, large wingspan.
What they say about Pegasus large
Do you have Do you have an in-universe explanation as to why you're dressed like Fancy Ezio?
Yes. I used to be a member of the Royal Guard, but I have since left.
And now he's a professional cosplayer, so.
Yes.
There you go. That would have to be it. Yeah, so
he's like the Yaya Han of this universe.
But I'm sort of like not necessarily a mercenary, but a pretty much a gun for hire.
Yeah, like a.
He's got an edgy backstory. It's really awesome.
Because in Ponyland, they need guns.
My parents are dead, and
Yeah, he's so edgy.
I am the knight. I didn't ask for this. Yeah.
Where's the Joker? Where's the Joker? Where's the Joker?
No, I mean there would be. We've already okay. This universe is already established. Like, there are like Germans.
Oh yes, there are Germans.
Yes,
There certainly are Germans.
there aren't. There are no guns in Equestria, but there are Germans.
Ugh.
There's airships and bombs, but no guns.
Yes, that's true. There is magic. So, yeah, Alpha. Sorry. Yeah, Alpha Bernie, you've been. You are here under similar circumstances. You are given a basically identical letter, and have followed it here. Both of you thankfully arrived just in time.
These letters are basically identical.
I mean, they're not like carbon copies, but they have your specific they have your specific names on them and instructions to go to this like weirdo restaurant.
Dear Alpha and Five Iron, you may have already won.
You have to come to Ponyville to collect your reward.
well, I haven't talked to Luna in years, and I got this letter, and so
Hey, whoa,
I've
whoa.
traveled quite a distance to see why she sent me here.
Sure, yeah.
Since I don't take orders from her anymore.
Okay, listen, I have about as little to know about why this is happening as well. We're making pancakes and Coke and coffee because... And Coke? We're having Coke.
Don't tell them about our backup stuff, AC.
Yeah,
Gosh.
like how you're supplanting your income here.
Listen, we've had to go off on all these adventures. We're not getting paid for them. We kind of have to do what we can.
See the two of you doing like a single line of cocaine to like Lady in the Tramp.
Oh Lord.
You know, and it doesn't help that our primary purchaser in Ponyville is Pinkie Pie.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
No, it's still bad that the Lady and the Tramp thing still ends with a lip lock. It's kind of weird.
If the fan art for the show has been any indication, that has already happened. So
Oh boy.
let's not get into that. So yeah, it is very odd for like basically everyone involved that you've all been called here. Cat.
So I come back out of the kitchen balancing a tray of pancakes stacked pretty tall.
Yeah.
And I see Alpha, and I'm like, wait a minute.
A bunch of cosplayers are right at our door.
AC, why did you let this cosplayer in? We don't have any candy left. You ate it all.
I told him that we didn't have any candy, but he came in with another one of these letters.
Oh, man. All right, well, have some pancakes. We'll figure this out.
Do you have any hash browns?
That's the secret
yeah.
code word, but no.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you like? Have you introduced yourself?
Yes, we have introduced to each other. We are currently aware of each other's presence.
And we just need a bunch of dwarves to show up.
Exactly.
And then, oh, wait, what's with this ring? Oh, I don't know.
Something about Doom. Let's just put it in a closet.
Mount Doom, that's like down the street, you know?
Actually, if the show's any indication, the gateway to hell is literally like right out there.
Yeah.
The Mount Doom eatery and drinkery.
It's like Ponyville east of Tartarus. So, like, yeah.
One does not merely go to Sugar Cube Corner.
Yeah. The all of you arrived, and both of your letters said that you're supposed to be there before midnight, and it's currently like 2 or 3 minutes to midnight. And, yeah.
Midnight, it's all right.
We're here.
Both of you have arrived in time, but again, with very little idea what is like what you're supposed to be doing here, other than apparently to eat these pancakes.
Well, don't worry, because we have no reason why they need to be here either. And also, I feel slighted that we didn't receive notes as well.
I guess she just assumes, it's like, hey, we've used these jokers in the past, why not?
We've used these idiots before. As you're kind of pondering that, there is a like rumbling that you start to feel in the ground beneath you.
Okay, that's new.
That doesn't always happen.
No. Usually that we keep the earthquakes localized to areas not under our store.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay, all right. I guess, like, what are we talking earthquake-wise? Are we talking, like...
People like to whisper the word sinkhole around this town, but it's really nothing to worry about. It's like a vague rumbling. Like it's something... at first you might think it's like a minor earthquake, but it sounds more like just something is shaking the building very slightly, but it is growing slightly more intense.
If I go outside and it's a giant moon, I am so...
Can I use like intuition to say I think there is something coming? A large beast of some sort?
I think I won't ask you to roll for that because I think that's generally the implication is yes.
That there is something coming.
Something is approaching, and it's either very large or very fast.
And it is coming from a general direction. All right, then I'm getting out of this place. Let's go through the front door, guys. Grab the pancakes on the way out.
Don't bother to get my wife. It's fine. She'll wake her.
Starry stuff. She'll handle it.
Oh, she's a unicorn. She can handle it. with that, or you probably run to the doorway to brace yourself in case it really is an earthquake.
Sure.
Throwing open the door, you do see there's an odd amount of light outside. And just as you hear the grandfather clock in the front room toll midnight, there is a flash of kind of greenish blue light in the sky. You all four of you look up, and you see something streak down and impact just outside Ponyville. And moments after it impacts, there's a loud rumbling explosion noise, and the ground the entire ground shakes momentarily.
Oh hey,
it's probably okay.
Nothing to see here. Just keep moving on. Hey Sandy, I think I have a feeling this is probably related to that.
I bet. I sure hope that didn't land on anybody we know.
Nah, probably not. Looks like it probably landed outside of town a little bit. Let's go ahead and get the prep kits. Let's head out.
All right.
Prep kits?
Oh yeah,
what?
We've had this happen a few times. We've got ourselves good. We just
We're professional adventurers in addition to being, restaurateurs.
Yeah, it happens.
Well, if that's the case, I think I should come with you because that's what I do now too.
Oh, all right.
Well, you were here on time, so...
And Luna obviously knows something, so once more, we're kind of thrown into the situation.
I like that you say it landed in when we know, and I can, as the storyteller, I can use this to it lands right on top of whoever I don't like. Just landed right on top of Nyx.
What a shame.
It was right in the middle of the summoning ceremony. It was so sad.
Right on top of Snowdrop or whatever her name is.
Oh boy. She didn't see it coming.
What?
Oh boy.
Good.
Yes, I'm the worst. I am the actual worst. You're welcome.
Oh, I could be worse.
Yeah, okay. So, all right, grab the prep kits. We should have enough for one or two more. But yeah, let's bundle up. It's cold out here. Let's just go figure out, see if there's anything we need to worry about, and then get back here because I cannot stand being out here for too long.
It is pretty freezing cold outside, and you can just see that the town around you is just starting to kind of wise up to what's going on. You can see a couple lights flicking on elsewhere in town.
Yeah, we probably need to get over there before Group A decides that they want to start investigating.
That is actually the funny one. Oddly enough, coincidence. The last time you heard that the princess and her entourage were off doing there's something involving something involving that new crystal tree that was so rudely installed down the street.
Yeah, they're probably busy going back to that human world or something.
It's actually no. You know what? I should do that. That should be the time, the placement. They're off in the weird egg girl world.
The Canterlot High weird world.
There's an entire universe, and it's high school.
What a nightmare.
Why would you ever?
I think I might be the only person I know who actually enjoyed high school. So.
Except if we're going canon, you actually see Ponyville is not covered in snow during that period of time. Whatever.
Actually, we did establish in the previous game that the Equestria High world is like a bizarre dream world.
I like the idea. It's just this, and I've talked about it on the show before, that it's just this like tiny little parallel world that only like exists for like a total of 12 miles around it. Like if you drive down the road, you end up looping upon itself.
Yeah, you get that was the idea. Is it's like a projection of Pony's thoughts and dreams. It's this weird like side effect of it. So nothing actually exists beyond like a block around the high school. You get like a Matrix thing where he runs down the tunnel and comes back at their end.
Mm-hmm.
So. Yeah, I do like you grab your dumb adventure grab bag.
It's really great that we named it the dumb adventure grab bag.
It really can be. I mean, it's just like a towel and a bottle of snack.
It's the DAG. It's the dumb adventure grab bag. We had to come up with an acronym, and AG didn't sound good.
Yeah. It's literally just a towel and a bottle of alcohol. So. But you have all been kind of called by somewhat mysterious circumstances to this, and this seems to be, barring the most insane coincidence in the world, this appears to be what's going on. You do as you kind of trudge out in the cold and leave the restaurant behind. You can see the impact site is very visible because there's like a greenish blue aurora borealis that's kind of like bleeding off into space right over it.
Oh boy, I wonder if we'll be able to find where this one is. All right. Okay, let's see. So, let's see. Came from the sky. I really hope it's not another weird moon thing. I'm so tired of weird Luna moon things. Okay, so, all right, Alpha 5 Iron, if you know any particular thing, Alpha, since you can kind of get up, could you take a look at this weird, shiny, crazy thing we got going on here? Like, anything about it?
Yeah, I'll take a bird's eye view.
Cool.
Yeah, go up there and poke it with your face.
Yeah, just fly in it a few times.
Go ahead.
See how many new wings you sprout. We're going to obviously take the ground route here, and just, spread out and just figure out what's going on here. So, yeah.
So as the three of you start trudging through the snow, Alpha decides to take off and take a bird's eye view of it. You fly over, and it appears that the whatever this is landed in in an apple orchard outside town.
Uh-oh.
No, not our new apple orchard.
Yeah. As you kind of sail over it, there's a large dirt crater that's kicked up in the middle. It looks like it landed right on top of a particularly large tree, out in an apple orchard just outside.
Oh, man.
Just outside town.
Applejack ain't gonna be happy about that. Those apple horses, that clan, you don't mess with them.
The Emlan comic where they're literal mafia.
Yep.
The pear sales funny shows up.
I'm going to put the sign outside of our establishment later of "Not it again."
Be back eventually.
It wasn't us. We're not evading.
But so it takes as you kind of look overhead. It doesn't take very long to reach it, but yeah, sure enough, the three of you on foot follow it all the way to outside Sweet Apple Acres.
Okay.
You can see that it's obvious that the ponies inside the farmhouse are awake to what's going on, but yeah, there's a large amount of light and steam kind of erupting from somewhere in the west orchard. You can kind of see Alpha flying around, flying circles overhead as you approach. I assume you just want to keep going closer.
Can I zoom in on it?
Would you look at that?
Enhance.
Enhance.
Zoom,
Well, yeah,
enhance.
I mean, physically, get to it.
Physically enhance.
So, I guess the four of you eventually just all four of you converge on it. There is whatever it is that came from the sky has kicked a giant crater into the ground, and there's that same kind of odd greenish blue glow is coming from it. It looks like it landed right on top of a particularly large apple tree, just split it in half. So you can see there's bits of charred apple and wood thrown all over the place.
Charred apple.
The whole place is oddly warm, You can see that the whatever this is that crashed here has been instantly like, melting and turning the snow to steam around it.
Huh.
Well, clearly this means you should go up and touch it, AC.
Yes, obviously.
You know, I was reading in these one of those stories you have the pulp fiction libraries that if we touch meteors we might get superpowers and we can compete against those dang unicorns.
Yeah, Rusty's bringing up the idea this could be the marker.
I've never even played any of those games actually.
Neither have I, but people really like the marker. It's a nice, creepy looking thing.
Yeah. But the thing you notice immediately is this orchard appears to be infested with fruit bats.
Ah, bats. They're like flying spiders.
They're not vampire fruit bats. You remember that incident from a couple months ago?
We sure do.
Oof, that was bad. But no, the fruit bats are in the area. Obviously, have been rather disturbed by whatever it is that's come down in the middle of their orchard. But as you kind of glance up at them, they're kind of like flitting around and chirping angrily, or whatever how you describe the noise bats make. But they
screeing, lots of screeing.
Yeah, you're noticing very oddly that the fruit bats themselves are kind of glowing with that same greenish blue light. They appear to be very up and upset about this.
Yeah.
Are they radiated too?
That's what it looks like. They are starting to glow with that same kind of odd blue-green light.
Yeah, Alpha, you probably don't want to get too close into that stuff. It looks like it might end up, going techno-colored on us.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Go for it.
Okay.
No. I think I have enough street smarts to say that's not a good idea.
We'll get to what your skill sets mean, but yeah. So it looks altogether like a meteor crash here.
Okay.
Hey guys, it looks like a meteor crashed here.
It does look like a meteor has crashed here.
Is a meteor or meteorite when it's on the ground?
I think
Meteorite's in the air.
Oh, is it? Oh, rats.
It's a meteor on the ground. Now we're going to have conversations about.
No, meteorite is on the ground. Meteorite is on the ground.
Okay. Well, it's settled then.
Now what about a meteoroid? Because that's another.
No, that's a medical condition.
Okay.
While we're standing around here arguing astronomical semantics, one of us might be eaten. Just so you know.
Can I call that it?
Are there grooves around here? It's kind of dark.
As you debate the finer points of of astronomy here, as you kind of get closer, you can see the bats appear to take instant notice of you.
Yeah.
Hi, bats.
Uh-oh.
Little strawberry and grape colored ones.
Okay, well that's interesting. Might want to stick away from these bats. They probably might have some crazy going on them.
These are all the radiated bats, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so they're
Are they coming for us?
They're starting to gather very in a very Hitchcock's The Birds style manner.
Okay, so
are they flying roosts at this point?
Well, they sorta, yeah. They seem to have already been done that because of the meteor that crashed, but
okay, so we got that. We've got.
Can I offer to distract them while you guys check out the meteor?
You could offer to distract him, Mr. Fly.
you have made that offer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, go hug those animals. You'll be fine.
No, I'd see if I can chase them away or give them chase, or I think I can outfly them.
Okay. So the way I'll rule this is to essentially draw the bats away from you. I'll ask for the grace skill.
Okay.
So the way this is going to work is your grace is a D8. So
Which color is that? It's the green one?
Yeah, it's the 8-sided one. Yes, it's no, it's red. So dig out one of those and a 6-sided die and roll those together.
Yeah, so a red and a white.
Okay.
And you can toss them off the table and it'll do the auto roll kinda.
Yeah. And
All right, let's see what we got.
Oh, that did crap.
What was that noise? You just had it got
All right, so we got is this a 2 and a 1?
It is a
2 and a 1.
So in this case, so you roll the 2 dice got a 2 and a 1. So currently the total for your roll is a 2, because you just take the higher of the 2 dice.
Crap.
So yes, that's currently almost certainly failing.
So clearly not best flyer.
Okay, 5. I got a 5.
Well, no. Are you spending your Benny to re-roll?
Well, yeah. So your options are either right now. Before I announce if you're actually successful or not, generally the target number is a 4. But what it is you have the option now if you want to spend one of your bennies in advance, you can re-roll it and you re-roll the whole thing. But just be aware that you only have 3 of them
For the entire game session.
Yes.
Yeah, I should probably. That's such a pitiful showing out of the gate. I should probably
Set
redo
the
it.
bar low. Set the bar low.
All right.
Yeah, screw it.
Go
Screw
ahead.
it, I'll go with my 2 and 1. I'll go with my fail.
Going with your fail. All right.
So it's cold outside, and your cosplay certainly can't help. So you kind of take the air, hopefully, and try to buy the ponies on the ground some time to investigate. The bats, it seem to, but as you try to as you try to get their attention, enough of them divert to you, but most of them stay put, and it appears more just to annoy them more. Very quickly, they become a screeching mass of angry fruit bats, which are all glowing with this kind of blue-green aurora.
I don't think that worked. Think that went badly.
They instantly take to the air and begin descend on all of you.
Oh goody.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, Alpha manages to draw his own little flock of angry irradiated bats. So as these things descend on you, what is everyone gonna do? Currently, Alpha's flying, and he's got a cloud of these bats in his tail.
Well, I can't entirely negotiate with them.
No.
I think I'm going to dive into a nearby snowbank.
Okay, so you're gonna
I
hide.
have to say, this new guy is being really helpful in keeping the bats off us. Keep it up, dude.
He is Batman.
I'm going to hide behind Sandy and yell at Alpha.
What is Sandy doing?
So at this point, we basically have a crater and a bunch of angry bats,
Yeah.
and well, why don't we?
Is the crater a spacecraft?
No, you're not seeing any sign of the giant artificial moon that Luna flies around in.
And it's glowing.
Yes.
I got another idea.
Well,
Oh, boy,
I'm going
let's
to
hear
do
it.
the obvious heroic thing and go poke it,
Okay, so
or at least try to see if it's too hot to touch.
you're going to brave the angry bats and run towards the crater to investigate. Okay, and then 5 Iron? What are you doing?
I am running around in circles trying to get away from the bats.
Okay, so you're gonna try.
So he's distracting, yeah.
He's gonna distracting. And then Alpha, what is your plan at this point? Now that you've stirred up the bat's dust.
Okay, I'm gonna take see if I can fly through the main group of bats with my group of bats, and hopefully they start fighting each other.
They get caught. Okay. So first off, Heffelsider immediately hides in the snowbank. Is trying to-
I'm planning from here.
Yeah. I need to cool my brain off so I can think. Actually, let's go to 5 Iron, since you're trying to run around and keep the bats off them. I'll have you roll Grace as well. So
All right.
you have a D6 in that.
All right.
So you'll roll 2 d6s.
Yes.
All right. If I can, how do I? There we go.
And a 5 and a 3.
Okay. So actually, you have better luck than Alpha did, despite being groundbound. So some of the bats divert towards you, and you manage to actually scamper off to one side and draw some of them off. So the swarm of bats is starting to split up a little bit. Chef, with that taken care of, so you're just gonna make a run for it then.
Yep.
Okay. With his success on that, though, I think that's diverted enough of the bats away that you have a moment to run up to the crater. So as you run up to the crater, you can see that like all the snow is melted with about a dozen feet around it, and everything else is kind of steaming. But you kind of poke your head over the crater, and it's like a blast of heat from it. There's a glowing green and blue gemstone. It looks like embedded in the ground right there.
Oh wow, man. Hey, if this thing doesn't like turn into monsters and kill us, this could probably fetch a pretty good price in town.
It'll turn into monsters and kill us. I know it.
It's embedded in the like charred remains of this tree that the once like mighty apple tree that it landed straight on, and split in half like a giant axe.
Oh man.
But
I don't think we're gonna be touching that anytime soon, though.
Yeah, it seems to have, like wherever it's touching the wood, it has lit it on fire.
Hit it with snowballs. I am in a snowbank.
I think that's a good idea, AC. Why don't we throw some snowballs at it?
Yay!
Well, so you're attempting to douse it with snow then?
Yes.
Okay, so like you've temporarily bought some time, but now the bats begin to. The gloves are off now. The bats actually like descend on you and attack.
No, the bats had gloves.
They're bat utility gloves. So let me go quick. Okay, so now in this game, the way physical attacks work is you roll a physical attack uses the fighting skill, and whatever the target's parry is like the target number.
Okay.
So what? So at this point, like, this is not in combat order. I'm just doing this sort of informally. But since Alpha and 5 Iron are actually the ones who are like directly in contact with the bats, so the bats are attacking you. So I'm gonna roll for them over here. Red beard. Okay, so I rolled attack rolls for the bats here, because the bats are not bound by the same like rules of non-violence as ponies generally are. 5 Iron actually is the one who manages once again to evade the bats. Oh wait, no. Here we go. Sorry, I got the dice mixed up. Okay,
had the inception noise go on.
There we go. Okay, so now Alpha, your parry is fairly high. The bats roll only a 3 against you. So
okay.
So that means they missed. Since you are pretty quick, and the bats are like flying after you and like snapping with their little teeth. 5 Iron, however, is less lucky. They roll a 4 to hit him, and his parry is 2.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay. So as you distract them for a little bit, but at a certain point you stumble a little bit, and the bats are on top of you. So you're now being attacked by a couple of like furry strawberries, basically.
I am not enjoying this.
No, you're not. What I'm gonna have you do?
What a fruit sensation!
Yes.
Across the nation.
You do not want this Fanta.
You're gonna look like this, like the fruit striped zebra. So normally the bats, like a physical attack will do damage. In this case, they're just kind of like biting at you. This is a different effect. I want you to roll Spirit, and you have a -2 penalty to this.
Oh, that's great. Which is that a D4 or?
That'd be a D8.
Yeah. So look at your stat. You have a D8 Spirit.
That's this one, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So then you go to the tabletop, roll a D8 and your D6. This is also.
That's not a D8. It's the red one that you want.
Oops.
Yes, so those two, and roll those, and then there's a -2 penalty. So whatever the final total is, you subtract 2. Okay.
Oh, at 8. Awesome. So that one exploded. So roll the red one again.
Yeah.
8.
I realize the dice make little clicking noises even when you're
Alright.
like one die.
So you got a 2. So you got a 10 on that one.
Okay. So
Hooray!
So your total is 10, and then you have the -2 penalty.
8.
So your total is an 8. What the way this works is the target number is usually 4. For every like full 4 over that you roll, you get what's called a raise. So in most times, if you're rolling a skill or something, raises mean like super extra success. And like attack rolls, raises mean extra damage or extra wounds or something. but this just means you were like there's no effect on a raise in this case, but you were successful. The bats biting at you feels like the least of your problems, as you do actually have some knowledge of how magic works because you have jack of all trades. But you feel like an odd a draining sensation when the bats are like nipping at you.
I'm not feeling so great over here.
Yeah, there's something like. Thankfully, it doesn't. It's temporary, but you feel like you feel like a chill and everything you know. Like, and since you have jack of all trades, and so you know a little bit about how magic works. This feels like there's something like supernatural going on with these bats. The fact that they're glowing is probably an indication of that. But yeah, it's there's something odd going on, and you feel like you've dodged a bullet here.
The bats have guns now. Oh no!
Oh, that's even worse.
He dodged a magic missile.
Yeah.
Oh boy. That's I don't. What is? Why does I feel this way bad?
Can he in 2 word?
Yeah, sorry, dude.
It manifests in you and just just your tongue going numb, just like the bats are the drain from us.
I'm just alone all of a sudden. I don't know what so the bats have descended on you two. AC, your snow disguises seem to work temporarily.
Woohoo!
Until
no.
Yeah, I have this whole plan. The chef is still looking at the kind of odd kind of gemstone appears to have crashed. AC, you kind of poke your head up as the other two are running around trying to avoid the bats.
Mm-hmm.
But you notice something else that's rather disconcerting, is that the trees nearby where the meteor landed are now beginning to kind of glow vaguely with that same color, and they're beginning to move.
As in
branches are kind of curling down and trying to reach towards you.
Ah! I don't... Sandy, this is bad!
Well, yeah, this is... I have no idea how we're gonna get this giant Oh.
The trees are bad, the bats are bad. Whatever this thing is, we need to get it out of here and give it to somebody that knows what they're doing now.
Or maybe we just need to get out of here. We're just part-time adventurers.
We're not getting hazard pay for this.
Let's just what's the problem with that gym? Can we just get it out of here? What's up?
But we can't touch it without catching on fire. I don't think that'd be a good idea.
All right, then I go back to the idea of just hitting that thing with as many snowballs as possible. That way it can cool down so we can get it out of here and get it to somebody that knows what they're doing.
You don't have any gloves in your emergency bags? Or
gloves?
Oven mitts?
Yes, let me check my pack to see if I have any oven mitts. No oven mitts.
No, the general situation from Chef and AC's perspective, you're looking around and the glow seems to be spreading from tree to tree and from bat to bat and such. It appears to be the effect is spreading pretty rapidly.
Duh.
This is no good.
Yeah. Am I still being chased by bats?
It's so we can't get this thing out of the tree. There's some sort of crazy toxin that's spreading everywhere. I don't know if this is actually the first case where it's we need to just get the hell out of here.
What if we run to the barn? Can we make it to the barn? We're close enough?
Yeah, I mean you're within a quick gallop to the apple barn.
Yeah, you know what? We might need to regroup.
I still want to knock these bats out.
All right, then go knock some bats out while we run away.
Yeah, so
yes, just go the opposite direction from me, please.
So Chef and AC begin the tactical retreat here.
The high hoof.
The tactical repositioning.
We're running towards a different battle.
We're advancing in a different direction.
Yeah. So now, Alpha, if you want to try to remove some of the threats here.
Yes.
So the Savage World of My Little Pony has it has the system that I designed, which is it uses the combat rules, but it lets you do non-violent things that allow you to kind of take out enemies. It's the kind of cartoon like you can either kind of misdirect or evade or otherwise bamboozle your enemies without having to kill them with a sword.
Okay, let's go bamboozle.
Yeah. So generally the way it's like looking at your character here. Okay. One second.
Can I make the cloud of bats that's chasing me crash into the other cloud of bats?
Yes. So the way this is going to work. The mechanic for this is called a clash of wills, and it's what I've been talking about. There are 4 skills you can use to make like an attack with this, which is grace, intimidation, taunt, and persuasion. The idea is, so that they roll much like a physical attack does, but the effects are more kind of story based. So you could use a Clash of Wills attack with taunt, for example, and it's the classic like you give them like a jibe in the middle of a fight, and they come running at you in anger, and you kind of trip them.
Okay, I'm doing that.
Well, okay, so I'll preface this with not everything works against that. It doesn't like you don't get the impression that you can talk to the bats. So like a visual, so insulting their mothers won't really do much. They can't understand you. Now, Grace, on the other hand, Grace is the typical like trip, bamboozle, otherwise outmaneuver your enemy's skill for this.
That's what I was thinking. Like fight one cloud, divert at the last minute, have them run into the other.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. And the idea with this Clash of Wills system is you get to kind of come up with a neat little scene for your character to do, and you'll roll, and it's just like an attack. You can take out the enemies. Instead of like normally in Savage Worlds, you suffer wounds as a result of an attack. And you get 1, 2, 3 wounds, and you get penalties from them, and the 4th wound takes you out. And then I added a system where there's another category called Daunts, and those represent like it's like how it's a measure of how defeated you are by these kind of Clash of Will attacks. So like in previous games, AC and Chef have convinced international assassins to kind of that what they're doing is they're not going to make it out of here, and they're doing something stupid.
So stop being so assassin-y.
Yeah.
Also, we'll hug you.
Yes.
We will hug you.
But that was the story end of it. Mechanically, they rolled a persuasion Clash of Wills to convince the enemy to stop fighting. So this is it's supposed to be very much like the show where they don't. I think even in the original in the rule book it describes the scene from Dragonshy, where Fluttershy they defeat the dragon by talking it down.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like that's right. Despair's importance and Jabberwock. Yeah. So that's generally the kind of MO for this game. So in this case, Alpha is going to attempt to use Grace, to take care of the bats. So the way this works is you're going to roll the Grace skill,
which is a red 8-sided dice.
Yes. And then and your D6. So you're gonna make that roll. Okay, and roll your D6.
6 and a 6.
Re-roll the 6.
So your wild die explodes. Roll it again.
So roll the 6 again. There you go.
Okay, a 9.
3.
So 3. So that's added to the 6. Your total is 9 for that die.
Okay.
Okay. So your attack roll with Grace is a 9. Now, the way it works is this is like Clash of Wills are an opposed roll. So the enemy rolls a die of their own, and you compare totals. I'm gonna roll for the swarm of bats. Okay. So their total, I just rolled a 7. So the way it works is you've beaten them in that roll. So it means the Grace attack is successful. And Savage Worlds, when you hit someone successfully, they're now what's called shaken. Means that you've either like distracted or sufficiently otherwise taken them down a second. So shaken enemies are harder to damage or harder to get rid of. They can't do as much. It means like you're vulnerable basically.
Okay.
It also means in general like NPCs, if you're the one who attacks them, they'll usually go after you. So let's see. So that's taken care of. I'm just keeping track of what's going on here on my legal pad. So yeah, you duck out of the. So you get flying. If you like what you were saying, you have a swarm of bats following you. You let them follow real close behind. The last second, you pull away, and the two swarms of bats kind of like a bunch of them collide, or at least have to fly to avoid each other. So you've bought a few seconds with that, or you bought a little bit of time with that. Do you
cool.
But there are like a lot of bats, and the effect seems to be still spreading more and more throughout the West Orchard, which is full of fruit bats, from what you can tell. So, do you want to use this like opportunity to rejoin the others?
Yes.
Okay.
Quick to the barn!
We can draw on this now.
Oh no, I didn't know this.
Oh god. I can draw like a little pixel art. Yeah, there's that. So okay, so you temporarily take the bats like that, take them down a notch for a second, and then you speed off towards the other ones, your other friends. So you're gonna try to hole up in the like Apple family barn.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna animate this live. We're gonna get some visuals here.
It's like, all right, so here's us, and we're horses, and here's
a barn.
So here's us running.
So, yeah.
Like, oh, I gotta run to the barn, because that's the way I'm going. Get to the barn.
Yeah. So the four of you go like charging across the field over the fence and towards the barn. Seems to be the safest place. As you run up there, you can the barn appears to be locked. Or as it's closed, you try to shove the doors open. They don't budge.
I persuaded open. Open door, open.
Oh no! Well, that seems to be a job for a tough pony.
Well, so you, I gotta say, you start shaking on the doors, and you hear like a voice on the inside, like, how do I do this? I have to do an impression here. So.
Oh no! Are we actually going to have our first one of our few encounters with an actual show character?
This happens.
Okay.
Yeah, so you go up and you start like banging on the door because it doesn't appear like a big barn door, and you can see the like swarm of bats flying behind you. Like, you hear like a muffled voice from inside. Like, wait, somebody out there?
Yeah.
That's a great Applejack impersonation.
Yeah, we're out here. We got a. If you can see from this crude drawing, we've got us running here with these bats. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of really crazy irradiated bats out here. Can we come in real fast? That'd be great.
No, you hear like a block sliding, and the door opens for a little bit, so you can all charge inside. As you go inside, like a few seconds after that, you see the door closed. You hear like the sudden like teeming noise of all the bats like flying around outside and like landing on the barn all around you.
Oh, that's yeah. That
Are we all inside?
Yes,
you're all inside. There's a,
okay, cool.
You do the kind of cartoon cliche of like a candle is lit, and it's the members of the Apple family who are not Applejack currently in the are like holed up in the barn with fly swatters.
No more Applejack.
Wait, why are all you guys in the barn?
Yep.
Some pony left the window open. It looks down at Apple Bloom sheepishly.
And you all came to the... Alright, that's fine. I don't know if you've seen outside, and you may want to stick a little bit away from the windows, because there was like a meteor that crashed, and now all the trees are evil, and the bats want to get all of us, and, we might be out of our league on this one.
It's a conundrum, all right.
I mean, anyone here happen to be a unicorn? Like, I think we could actually use one of those about now. That'd be really great. No? Nobody?
You know, technically, according to your background, you're related to them.
Yeah, well, technically. The relations across relations, like 5 times removed.
Yeah. Nope. No unicorns around here.
Alright, okay, alright, so we probably need to get in contact with someone that knows a lot about magic, because there's some crazy stuff going on out there, As you can see from this crude drawing of us hiding in this barn.
You go to the chalkboard for this. Like, and how do you propose to do that?
I don't know. How do you? Is there any way you guys like send a message into town real easy? Do you have like a sort of like flares or
Apple phone.
yeah, an Apple phone? Yes. Have like smoke signals, flags.
Well, normally we just go in town.
Huh.
I know you don't come out here to visit your family very much, but
Hey, listen, I'm just trying to keep everything going on, and you know, I mean to come by and spend more time with you. I really do. It's not, can we not have this right now? There's a lot going on, and, but really, come over sometime. Really, we need to spend some time. Anyway, we got to get back in town, somebody to help, because yeah, everything's bad outside.
like bats hitting the barn outside.
Yeah, like that. That's bad.
Do I need to fly into town and get someone?
Like, if you want to like brave the bats outside, the whole place is like locked up, and you can see it like you can through the little gaps in the exterior of the barn, you can see the bats like flying around outside. They appear to have basically just converged on the barn here.
Wait a second. You wouldn't happen to have some sort of like cellar or passageway under here? Some way we might be able to sneak over to one of the other areas to avoid these bats? Like a cellar that moves between your areas?
Well, there is the apple cellar.
And does it link to any of the other parts of the property?
Nope.
Ah, dang.
Does it link into town?
I think they just build tunnels all day.
Why would you not build a tunnel?
I know Big Mac was a dog for that one episode, but
Are those still around?
did you dig an elaborate series of tunnels that like a year ago when everything got weird?
Okay. So we're going to have to figure out some way to get us out of here.
What kind of resources are around us? What's in the barn?
Apples.
Is there an apple? Is there an apple cart?
Yes.
Okay.
Are there apple crates?
Yeah. Anything
Is there-
crates,
is it-
cars.
Do they have a tractor? They don't have a tractor, do they?
Only horse powered.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
I'm pretty confident I can outfly any bats.
But do you think so?
Oh,
Here's
that's great for you.
here's an idea that I have. We could have the three of us. So we could use the apple cart. Some of us could hide in the back, either batting the bats away, or even protected under like a tarp or within barrels or something like that. If we could think of some way
We
that
can hide under the crates.
we
Pretend
could.
we're turtles.
We could. The only problem is that one of us, whoever is the fastest, is going to have to try and outrun these guys, pulling the other three of us in the cart.
So it's a matter of strength or speed.
Yes.
Or both.
So what we should probably do is we should probably have whoever is doing that be pulling and going the fastest. Meanwhile, the rest of us probably just need to beat back these bats until we can get into town.
And Big Mac kind of thinks that. And what happens when you get into town?
Well, won't they? Do you think they chase us into town?
Well, I mean, the question is, we need to get them to. We need some. All right, so what do we need to do? We've got this.
While he's thinking, can I peek outside and look at the crystal? See if anything's changed?
I mean, yeah, you can look out through like a knothole on the wall.
Okay.
You can see, you can see where the crater is. It's not that far away. But like now, the whole orchard around where it landed is like glowing with that color. And you can see the trees like moving and swaying, and the branches kind of like moving around like they're alive. There is.
So it's progressing. Then it's getting worse.
Yes, it's spreading very quickly.
Oh boy. Okay. Continue.
Well, we have the entire idea. You're right. We could run out of here and get away. But then there might be the other option of actually figuring out what's up with that gem, because as far as we can tell, at this point this thing is getting crazier and crazier as we go. And maybe if we could just remove that gem from the situation, then the spread will stop.
So we want to try and get maybe the cart over to the rock?
Or
throw the rock in the cart?
Or probably even better, it's embedded in a tree, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What if we slam the cart into the tree, trying to splinter it and knocking that gem free?
Then we could put the gem in the cart, provided it doesn't break, and put the gem elsewhere.
How big is the gem?
It's like the size of a basketball. It does appear to be molten hot.
Mm-hmm.
So would the cart then try to like start reaching us now?
We're going to
would the cart become alive?
So,
no, I don't know.
So far, from what you can see, it's just been like trees and bats that appear to be affected by this.
All right, I like this plan. Let's do it.
So if we put it, let's fill the cart with something like dirt that's not going to get molten, and it's not going to be affected by that. We might have a problem with the cart after a short period of time. We just need to figure out some way that we can transport this thing. Either that or we're fighting a whole orchard.
Huh. Okay, I say we go with the idea with we try and get the gem out of there. So I say we take the cart, hit the tree, knock the gem loose, and then try and get the gem away from all the living things.
Alright. So, Big Back covered is I can help if I can.
Now, any help we can get at this point. This is, it is hitting up your farm pretty hard, and those bats are pretty nuts. If there's anything you can do, I'd probably say the bats are going to be the thing that's going to harry us the most. So, if we can try and tend to these massive, crazy trees, if you might be able to keep them at bay.
I can try to do what I can.
Yeah, and stay safe. If you get too close to these things, they start doing some bad stuff to you.
Just ask 5-Iron.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Oh, yes, know that.
Yeah. Things you probably told us.
Yeah.
Okay, alright, so we're going to take the cart. Let's see. We have something about the size of a basketball, so we're going to want to, let's get a, let's carry a barrel with us. One of those large barrels. Make sure it's filled with earth. I always love it when the GM grins, because it's just like, just watch this, like, oh, this plan's going to go so poorly.
People, I enjoy kind of watching people's plans unfold, because they're either like insane and like actually interesting and novel, or just insane like this will. How do I describe this in a way that's funny? Watch as it crashes and burns.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna take the cart, barrel our way as fast over there, and try and see if we can contain this crazy thing inside of a steel barrel, not wooden, a metal barrel.
I don't quite know why if they would have metal barrels.
You could, definitely for I know that.
Petroleum?
Yeah, I know that we would. At least with some of the stuff that I do with brewing, you would definitely want to have a metal container.
Okay.
Preservation.
I'll go with it.
Okay, so
I'll allow it. It's a keg.
yes, we're putting it in a keg.
There you go. It's a keg for the cider.
Well, actually, with the show, the show's canon has established that all Apple family apple cider is like oak barrel aged.
It's a keg for the.
Yes, but they have stills.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yay! I found the reason.
Alright. So you're going to try to like go as quickly as possible and move that cart and barrel over to where the meteor landed.
Right. So we're going to take the cart. We're going to go as fast as we can and try and use the cart to splinter up the tree that it's embedded into. So we're just going to full force slam this thing into the tree, splintering it, and then getting this crazy thing into the barrel. and then saving the day.
All right.
All right.
Fair enough. Okay. And then you're gonna have Big Mac try to help distract them.
Yes.
So you're an NPC. You go distract the enemy.
Yes.
Go soak up soak up damage for us. So with your plans like laid in motion, I assume AC and who else is going to haul the cart?
Let's see. Sandy is the strongest. Let's see. It's probably going to be Sandy and Alpha. Sandy and Alpha, since we've got Strong Pony and Fast Pony that are going to handle those pieces.
I'll be supervising.
Yes. Well, no, I will be the one that will be attempting to manage the steel drum operation.
Okay.
And Alpha will be the one making sure that, operating in the helping whichever side is currently needing the most help.
Sure. Okay.
Filling in for that role.
All right. So,
Leadership.
oh man, this is funny.
And you fail.
No, no. You'll see. I'll explain it in a second. This is funny. So
You're gonna do all this shit and nothing works.
Okay, so everyone gets like get all psyched up, and then Big Mac nudges the door open so that you can go speeding out as quickly as possible. Now I'm gonna have you do this. Sandy and 5 Iron. It looks like I'm gonna have you roll the handling skill.
Okay.
So I think you're both untrained in this because I think this is the first time the skill has ever been rolled ever. Well, no, I take that back. I've had like 1 or 2 games in which the players like had to steer zeppelins. So you're rolling handling because you're trying to handle you're trying to jointly handle an apple cart at very high velocity. So I want both of you. You're gonna roll. So you have to roll as untrained. So you're rolling your D4 and your D6. And you have a -2 to both of them.
So make those dice explode. No.
Oh, good.
Double ones. I am the best at driving.
Okay.
Okay, we got a 4 here. So re-roll that 4.
Yeah.
Re-roll this one.
I cannot drive apple carts.
4. Okay, so 5.
5. Okay.
That's still a 3. So we have one. So we have one failure
boy.
and one. Okay, so Snake Eyes is a critical faumble.
You're dragged under the cart.
The rules. The rules basically say it's like a Snake Eyes is a failure, and also the GM gets to invent something sadistic to do to you.
Oh God.
So
It's nice knowing you, Sandy.
I break all my legs and get turned into
You contract immediate bone-itis.
you suddenly the sudden fainting goat heritage in your bloodline manifests itself. Actually, I like that idea.
Oh no.
Some character is part fainting goat, so they have some sort of reaction to that. Yeah,
My narcolepsy.
covered in bats. Okay, so those two go taking off. You see, Big Mac ducks out shortly afterwards, and Apple, Bloom, and Graysmith slam the door behind him. So Alpha, you can't quite see the awesome show that's about to happen below you. So you're gonna attempt to take on the bats again.
Alpha? Did we listen?
I think he stepped away for a second. So I'll roll for him. This is great.
Sure. Okay.
What do I need to roll?
You're rolling Grace again. I'm gonna have this as another Grace attack. So you roll a D8 and a D6.
Let's see, D8 is the red
Yes.
and a white. Okay.
Red and white.
Is that cheese sandwich in the barrel?
He's providing moral support.
Okay.
1 and a 3.
It is a 1. Okay. All right. So this is the option. I'll give 5 Iron the option. Do you want to spend one of his bennies for him?
Yes.
All right. So go ahead and roll it again. I'll make just a note here. That's what. Okay.
6 and a 2. Re-roll the 6.
6 explodes. Roll their defense thing.
All right, that'll be a 10.
Ah, perfect. So the bats roll a 2. They're not nearly as successful. Okay, so that's a hit and a raise. In this case, the bats are what are like this the immediate swarm of bats nearby are what is called an extra. All like characters in this game are either extras or wild cards, and it's kind of denotes how important they are. So if you play D&D, like extras are like minions. So they're the enemies with like 1 hit point who do nothing but like take up space.
All right.
And are generally annoying. Extras only take extras only take 1 hit before they go down. So so in this case, since you got the success, since they roll a 2, and your total is a 10.
That total was a 10.
Yeah. So you have 8. So you have 8 over them. So having a 2 is a success, and on top of that, it's 2 raises. That's more than enough to take them out. So they technically are shaken and suffer 2 daunts.
Bat aside.
But they only need 1. You only need 1 daunt to take them down. This swarm of bats down because they're an extra. So in this case, yeah, he once again engages in some fancy flying. He gets the bats going, and then pulls away at the last second to get them to fly into something, probably the side of the barn.
Yeah, actually, I had a question in the chat. The Benny bonus is actually with the Elan.
Yes, that's when AC's character has an edge called Elan, which means that every time he spends a Benny, you get a +2 on the roll.
Mm-hmm.
It's broken as hell. It's like the best edge in the game by far.
It's just like, oh no, we have something I really have to win. Okay, I'm going to try it again, and this time make sure that I win.
Yeah, it's a good combo. So there's edges that give you additional bennies. There's luck and great luck.
Mm-hmm.
So no, they don't. Normally, they don't give you a small bonus. In certain situations, they can. But yeah, so Alpha occupies himself. Does actually quite well. He manages to get an entire swarm of bats to like fly into the side of the barn like a blink 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 noise. So they are down and out for the count.
They become jelly.
Yeah. However, meanwhile, the land-based ponies take the cart out, and you get about 50 feet from the barn when the wheel comes off.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah. So this is the result of your snake eyes. So Chef and Five Iron go flying forward into the ground. AC, who's probably sitting in the like metal barrel directing like a charioteer, instantly goes flying over the front and crashes. Like all of you spill out onto the dirt road.
Ah.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
Does anybody know immediate cart repair? Does anybody have AAA?
Roll for that.
Yeah. So what it is to put the wheel back on? What I'm going to do is ask whoever wants to do it to be the one to put the wheel back on. I'm gonna have you roll. Let's see.
A horse-drawn carriage.
Yeah,
Oh Lord.
we got that. Let's see. I'm trying to think because there's different skills you can use here. So, but Five Iron is the skilled fancy pony. You know, just make this whoever one of you 3. I'm just gonna have you roll agility because it's just you need to go out there and put the wheel back on as quickly as possible.
Okay, well, all of us are equal agility.
So who wants to do the honors?
I will do it for maximum
You will
goals.
redeem your
Tank pony, go.
guys.
Okay.
I can do this, guys. I won't.
Yeah. Thankfully, you do have a few seconds because the bats are momentarily taken care of. So Chef runs out and grabs the wheel with his teeth.
And 5.
Okay.
5. Yay.
Let me see how quickly these bats can get here. Okay. All right. So So despite stumbling and knocking her heads around for a bit, Chef immediately leaps into action and bites the wheel with his teeth and manages to slam it back on.
Yes.
So thankfully you that time has been bought for you by Alpha's actions. So I'm gonna have you reassembling the two of you roll handling one more time in the same roll. So it's D4 -2.
That's me and Sandy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, and you can see where the yellow hand is.
Yes. 4
nope.
and a 2.
Okay. So that's,
And what was the other one?
Oh.
There's a
Aha.
6.
He got a
6
6.
and a 3. All right, we roll a 6. And a 4.
Okay, so that's a 10.
10.
8. So and who was that? Oh, that was 5 iron.
Yes.
So 5 iron, you rolled that. So you like Chef still stumbles a little bit, but you managed to help keep the cart in line. I'll say that your raise negates his failure in that situation. Since you did manage to you managed a total of an 8. The 4 is a success. You have 4 over that, so you have 1 raise. So yeah, in this case, so you like the 3 of you like because I think AC is just supervising.
Go!
I'll be in the back supervising.
I'm a manager.
Yeah, so
I have leadership. It's proven.
This is true. So the 3 of you actually do manage to get the cart back to the apple orchard. The place is rapidly getting even weirder and weirder. You can see that that not only are there are still a bunch of bats flying around, but they're glowing. The trees are glowing with that same color. There are like ground squirrels and other things running around. All like evil looks in their eyes and this kind of peculiar glow. Even the grass under your feet is kind of bluish green, and like the strands are kind of like reaching towards you. This very like creepy way.
Have we made it to the tree yet?
Yes, that was that roll was to meet.
Okay.
The transportation to said tree.
Yes.
All right.
So you like hurriedly. I'm just describing. You get here and like this is getting really strange. So you have a few seconds. So you're gonna try to like You're trying to like dislodge the gemstone from the tree.
Right. We've got 2 options. We could use the cart, or we could merely try and propel the steel drum down so that it bangs into the tree. At least one way, if we use the drum itself, the benefit of that is actually that if we need to get out of here quick, we still have a cart.
Okay. I vote for the drum.
And you have a cart and 2 ponies to tow you.
Quiet, you! I'm going to be managing this evil crystal. I'm a manager. I got best manager of the year at my local Wendy's. I want you to know.
All right, so I vote we do the drum.
Yeah,
attack.
Yeah, let's propel the drum down so that it will impact on this tree, bust the tree open, and we can then acquire the gem.
Okay. So very quick, you run the cart up and kind of pitch the barrel over. This doesn't really. I don't think there's really a good role for like barrel bowling.
Well, if we want, I could simply just use my unstoppable skill and take care of it real fast.
Okay, so AC will be the one who will bowl for you. He has one of his feats of strength. Sorry, it's the Earth Pony. Is something called Unstoppable. You can see it on his character sheet. This is a funny one. I've had a lot of people talk. They really like this. It's an ability you can use once per game session, and it's like any kind of like strength based or like kind of brawny thing you want to do. You just get to do it. There's no role involved, and it's usually something that you get. It's somewhat cartoony. In the example, like I think in the book, the picture right under it is the picture of Cheerly like breaking through the wall in the Hearts and Tuesday episode. It's the general, like, I get to break through a wall or, topple a pillar or something.
Right, and in this case, it is kick this thing and launch it down so that it will shatter this tree into bits and we can collect that thing.
Yeah.
So all right, guys, lay low.
Yeah. So he uses his unstoppable feat of strength, and double kicks the barrel straight into the tree. Sure, it goes sailing through the air, and since it's unstoppable, it does manage to like break away the last few pieces of timber and dislodges the giant gem. The gem jumps out of place, and you can see everything it touches, like little puffs of smoke come up from the ground. That it still appears to be very hot. But you've successfully dislodged it.
All right, guys. All right. The next thing, one of you get as much snow as you can so we can temporarily cool this thing down, and we're just gonna have to try and shimmy this thing into the drum.
Sure. I won't even need a roll for it. If you just if you want to try to just like knock it into the barrel.
Yeah. Just shimmy it in as much as we can.
Yeah. So as you do that, while you do that, I'm gonna have. Chef and 5 iron roll agility real quick.
Okay.
You're dodging the presence of evil.
Yes.
I'm gonna gather my 2 d6s. If I grab both of them.
I see a 6 and a 6. Whoa.
Nice. Okay.
I see a 2 and a
twos.
2.
Okay.
Sandy.
Sandy is clearly sick
All right,
in game
grab-
and out of game.
Grab both of your die. Grab both of those 6s and re-roll both of them. All right, 11.
We just need this game with like an Oculus Rift.
Would be.
Where we can sit around the table and see our virtual avatars.
Oh, yeah, just actually have like our pony versions just sitting out here in the
Disembodied
abyss.
heads floating around. Okay, so Sandy, is that the role you want to stick with?
I guess I can use a Benny because at this point it's like, well,
You're getting
Sandy is just not doing so hot. So I will re-roll.
Alright, so you just spend one of your bennies, you re-roll.
Hey, it's 3s now.
Yep.
Okay, so
Whackity schmackity doo.
while AC is like manhandling this giant crystal in a steel barrel, the two of you have to like duck out of the way as the trees which have come alive like reach down with their like branch arms and at you. Thankfully, 5 Iron is reasonably quick for a pony and a fez, and
What does that mean?
I don't know. It just doesn't seem like, you know. I guess Doctor Who, they're always running around, but, you know, Matt Smith doesn't come across as particularly.
Just
like,
yells
nimble.
Alan Z and just keeps moving.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Come on, Z.
So he ducks out of the way. Chef, however, gets, like, grabbed by a couple of big branch arms. So, like, a nearby apple tree has literally, like, has, like, grabbed onto you with its big, like, branch claws.
Ah.
I feel like this always happens to him.
Bad things usually happen to him.
Yes, well, that's the price he pays for existing. So as that, yeah, he lets out a yelp as that happens, but AC, you manage to like get the gemstone inside the barrel. So you have your barrel, and it like the gem is like a big rock, and it makes it like the barrel is like hot to the touch.
Mm-hmm.
So what are the three of you doing?
All right, so we got it inside the barrel. The barrel is hot.
Can I grab a shovel from the back of the cart to flip it into the cart?
Sure.
Uh-huh.
And it just chef can be eaten by trees. It's fine.
Oh, sorry, Sandy.
Yep, that's all right.
Can I do that?
I'll make them sick.
Can I do that while the manager goes and frees Sandy?
Sure.
The regional manager is currently trying to. Regional manager apple cider. Sure. Yeah. Let me. Boy. Well, what's your strength compared to mine?
Let's see here.
Oh yeah. I should probably help him with that.
Yeah.
You're Weaky McWeakerson.
Chef.
That's okay.
I mean, Chef's also pretty strong. He can get of it too, but it's good to have help.
It is.
So.
Let's see.
So the trade-off. So 5 Iron's going to quick is going to be the one to take care of that.
Yeah. So quick trade-off. He's the one that's going to load. And I'll be the one that is going to assist my longtime friend.
Okay. So and then Chef, obviously you're not going to just let this happen. So both AC and Chef roll strength.
All right. So my strength is a 6.
Mine is a 10. There's that. And
GM's dice are not rolling that well.
Woo! 5.
8.
Okay.
Yay! I are strong.
And the living trees roll a 4. So in this case,
Both of us kicked their butt.
in this case it would be like in this case a success would help get him free, but Sandy gets a raise on it.
Oh.
So he actually like bites down one of the branches and like cracks it off.
Hardcore.
So that with that raise, it gives him you buy some more time as the like it's gonna take a bit for the tree to reach down to the branch. In the meanwhile, 5 Iron does it's like there's no roll for it necessary. He gets so you guys have the gemstone in the like rapidly heating barrel inside the apple cart.
Yes.
All right.
This can't possibly go wrong.
No, absolutely not. What are you doing with your newfound like toy?
My new evil thing of evil. Okay, so we've got it in the cart now.
Sorry, can we use this to make pancakes?
Okay, we should probably put some snow into this cart so that way the cart itself doesn't set on fire.
Okay.
All
Car is made of wood, obviously.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
So at the very least, oh hi, hello phone. At the very least, if we make the, if we put snow in it and the snow melts, it will at least make the wood wet and the wood won't set on fire.
Okay.
Immediately.
All right.
Yeah, so
That's
they're still laying around, so that doesn't take very long. But the operant question is, where are you? Now, I'm genuinely curious. Where are you going to take the haunted gemstone from?
Listen, we're going at this as much as we can. Okay, so the
Oh, you're going all right.
yeah. So it appears that anything that happens with this reacts.
I think we finally lost Alpha.
Yeah, Alpha looks like he's vanished. Probably.
That's okay.
Child aggro.
Is he dead, or am I playing two characters now?
You'll be playing two characters.
I mean, he's
now.
off camera at the moment, so
Right.
the assumption is he's just like he's bat fighting.
He's bat crazy. But yeah, so it looks like that this stuff interacts with organic stuff. So we need to take this away from anything organic as much as possible. So there's two places I can think that we could possibly do this. One is we lug this thing all the way over to a mountain or a desert where there's not going to be as much there. That could take a while. So what about that whole barren wasteland area where Twilight and that monster and horn dude had that crazy Goku battle?
Yeah.
We could just take it over there. There's nothing in that area anymore.
That's gotta be such a weird plot line of canon. Like everyone's like, yeah, that actually happened. Remember when there was a giant Super Saiyan battle right over there?
Remember how they scarred the entire area?
That was crazy.
Yeah, so we could take it over there. There's not anything because they completely obliterated everything in that area.
And the library's gone. God rest.
So is that closer, or is the eatery closer?
I'm not taking this to the eatery. First off,
Well,
I don't want to see what
it
happens to Starry if she gets hit by this thing.
But if it reacts with organics, I'm assuming your greasy spoon doesn't have organic food.
Hey.
I don't think it.
Hey.
What are these organic organic farm-fed bats out here?
I'm kind of curious what will happen if you dump it in a vat of oil.
Oil is kind of organic.
Kind of.
I would say more to the point. More to the point. It seems to be it affects other living things around it, both plants and animals.
Right. So we need to take it to a place that there is not.
Evidenced by the fact that the grass is literally trying to attack you.
Right. Right.
The charisma has convinced me. Continue.
So yeah, we either need to take it to some place that is stone. We don't know its reaction to water at this point, but we need to take it to some place where there is not anything living or organic. Let's drop it in turpentine.
Let's see.
Actually, yeah, if it's something, if only there was a way if we were able to encase it in bleach. All right, so I think let's do terrain. What would technically be closer for us? The scarred area from that crazy Saiyan battle, or some form of mountain range?
I mean, there's kind of hills nearby, but you're out in the farmland, and the blast radius from the battle outside is right outside. It's on the other side of Ponyville.
So it'd have to take it through town. That's not a positive. We'd have to take the interchange to pass through town. It'll be terrible.
Really regretting not building those tunnels now.
How far are we from the new library palace?
Blasted apple tunnels.
Okay. From the giant crystal craziness that is there. I mean, that's in town, so you'd have to go back to town.
Oh, okay. How far is Everfree?
Oh, dude, yes. Let's take it to the immediate place that has the most of everything.
Well, it seems like it belongs there almost.
Yes, it'd be a perfect place to put this crazy demon gem. That's right. Just leave it over here.
I'm thinking out loud. I don't hear a whole lot coming out of you other than let's go to this.
I'm coming up with plenty of ideas.
Yes, but we don't have any decisions yet. Lead already.
Know. That's why I'm. All right. So here's my first leading. Get some snow into the cart.
All right.
Put 5 iron in this game because he takes some of the heat off of Chef.
I have shovel. I shovel snow. Go.
All right. Shovel snow. All right.
So the first few shovelfuls just turn to steam instantly when you throw them in there. But I think you eventually like fill it full of enough that it's now like a steaming mess. But
that's called sublimation.
Sure. Yes. And you've buffered the temperature a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. Since we've removed it from the ground, has that area changed at all?
No.
Okay. So it's still crazy. It's still crazy.
In game, you have like less than 30 seconds before the trees resume attacking you, or the bats reach you from where they are.
Okay. So let's just go ahead and start moving. Let's go towards. Let's see. So all right. Which of the two would technically be closer? Some form of mountain or some form of the scorched area?
The scorched area.
Okay, then we take it to scorched area, trying to avoid the center of town at all possible.
Okay, so on your way back to town, all of you roll spirit, and this is a -2 penalty to all for everyone.
All right, so I am 8.
And all of you have d8s. So
a 1 and a 6. Well, at least I can re-roll the 6.
All praises to the wild die.
4 and a 1.
11 and so -2. That's a 9. So Sandy has a 9.
Sandy has a 9. So which is -2 is a 7.
No, I had an 11, which -2 is 9.
Okay. So you have a 9, and then 5 iron. You got re-roll your 6.
I have a feeling I want to spend my Benny on this.
Oh no.
A 1. Okay, so that's a 7 -2 is a 5.
And I got a 4, which is a 2. So I feel like I probably need to use my Benny on this.
Okay, and then since you're a filthy cheater, do you have 11?
Woohoo! 6 and a 7. So let's see.
So the Elon bonus cancels it out.
Okay, 8 makes it a 6.
Yeah. Okay, so all of you, as you book it double time out of the apple orchard, you book it a bigger time out of the apple orchard. All of you are beginning to now feel the same sensation that 5 iron did. It feels like you feel like sluggish as a result, and it's a very unpleasant magical sensation.
It's like over medicated.
Yes, but for some reason it's like your vision blurs very slightly on occasion, but the gem is the only thing that remains in total focus. So there's certainly something strange going on as you round the path out of the orchard. You can see Alpha is taking off and is trying to rendezvous with you, but you can see as you glance back towards the farm, you can see that the glow has reached the farmhouse and the barn itself. Yeah, and you can definitely see some ponies wandering around with that same kind of odd glow.
Oh boy!
It appears it got to them. But so you on your way back to town, or trying to avoid the center of town as much as possible.
Yes, because if it happened to, I don't know, just to tip over in the middle of town, I think this would be bad news. Hey, remember the time we poisoned and killed everyone in town?
Was the Simpsons where the Halloween special where groundskeeper Willie is like Freddy Krueger?
Hmm.
They have Martin dies and they wheel him out of here and try to wheel him out of here and the sheet falls off and all the children see his dead body and they start screaming.
God.
Just get him out of here! Get him out of the kindergarten. Yeah. So as you start trying to hurry your way back into town, as you crest the hill over into Ponyville, you feel like uniform sinking feeling in your stomach as you see that there are glowing bats flitting all over town, and there appears to be
man,
general pandemonium and chaos again. Because this.
Boy, I sure hope the flower trio aren't collapsed in a heap crying. Oh, wait.
So why did Luna have us all meet together for this? Couldn't she have predicted or stopped it or something? Oh, what is going on? Oh, okay.
This is Luna just trolling us. Like, remember when you broke my moon? Yeah, enjoy this.
Yeah, now you're all zombies. So you're standing now. You're like on top of the hill overlooking Ponyville, and you can see that like fires have begun. All the trees around are glowing that same color. The bats are like flying around attacking ponies. Even from here, you can see that several of the ponies have apparently been affected by whatever. They are glowing and kind of like shuffling about like zombies, chasing after the other ones.
Zompones, oh no.
It finally happened.
Knew this day would come. Who's playing with all my dice?
5 iron.
5 iron.
That wasn't over there.
I see. It's your hand. Your hand is green.
No, it's not.
All right. Okay. So we can't really do anything about the bats right now, and it appears that this thing is crazy contagious. All right. We need to store this somewhere.
How about in a vat of oil?
Do you really want to take?
No, just continue. I'm sorry. Okay? So like, we are on the road in between farm and the scorched earth.
Yeah, that's just like now is adjacent to Ponyville.
Are there any caves around us?
I don't think so, really. There's no like mountains right nearby.
Can we just dump this thing in Tartarus and just be done with it? Like, there's an opening somewhere.
The one thing left to do now: go straight to hell.
Bronyville Tabletop, episode 10, Straight to Hell.
Dante's Inferno edition. Like I think the Tartarus thing is more of a sight gag. So, no, like I mean, Ponyville's out in the middle of like a plain, and I think it's on the right next to between two rivers.
Well, let's see. There's one place we could put that is nearby to town that might work. There's that weird rock near town that for some reason is a really windy, gusty, snow-filled rock, even though it's only a few feet off the ground, i.e. that episode where the CMCs were trying to be mountaineers and they fell off that small rock even though it had a high wind. And
as much as this game is not serious, you can't like we have to exclude like obvious sight gags.
Oh, come on.
From your plans here.
Oh.
Yeah. Hail Satan.
The game El Diablo.
So the thing to look at right now is Ponyville appears to be being overrun by like whatever this like zombie radiation is.
Yes, episode 10.
You appear to have the nexus of it in this cart, in this like steaming, smoking cart next to you.
Okay. Well, we need to get. First off, we need to find someone that knows what this is about. We don't have any particular way to reach out to Luna, do we, Sandy? Like,
I don't have a moon phone. No, I'm afraid not.
Play the tetrasicle.
Use my moon phone here.
I like my friends had like a joke that was like the reason Luna is not in the season 2 finale is because she's off battling the moon at night. So here's your conundrum.
Alright, so we established that the main 6, like Twilight, is somewhere else.
They're out of town at the moment, yes.
As always happens with our problems.
What about Trixie?
No.
Okay.
No, not really. And the thing is, we don't actually get to interact much with most of the normal characters.
All right. Is there a university around anywhere?
A university?
Yes,
a university. So they have a doctor in town. They gotta have a school somewhere.
I mean, there's like the schoolhouse, but that's for kids.
No, that's not gonna work. Zakora. No, main. Okay.
Yes, let's bring it back into the center of Everfree. So Zakora is a decent idea.
Can you rhyme on this podcast?
Yes, I'll have to force you to rhyme. You brought this upon ourselves.
Just I do my yeah.
Just hold on. Let me write down some prose.
Oh, I would just do like they do in French's Witchcraft, like don't be so sad. Things aren't gonna turn out so sad.
Just repeats the same words. That's great.
Yeah.
All right. So we got this cart full of evil. This evil cart. Evil cart, evil cart. 1, 2, 3, 4. Together we have evil cart. 1, 2, 3, 4. Steaming pile of evil cart.
Yeah.
Like Sandy, do you have any ideas?
An RPG tradition of coming up with an elaborate, like, carrying delivery system for whatever the MacGuffin is of the day.
Sandy, do you have any thoughts?
So we keep... This thing is only making things worse as we have it in the town, and we can't really take it into the Everfree because that would make that place worse.
So what's a place that's so bad already?
Well, I think there's a couple of pretty big craters left over from Twilight's fight with that big what's-his dude.
We're gonna keep it on. All right, we're gonna keep on keeping on. Let's go dump it in a crater.
Okay. So once again, you have to like traverse around town in this thing. So you can either, the crater, like the artillery blasted wasteland from that battle is on the other side of Bronyville. So you can either you can either attempt to cut through town, which would be much quicker, or you can try to go around it, which will be longer and have potentially more problems.
What do you say, guys? Do we risk the entire? Well, you know what? At this point, Ponyville itself is becoming irradiated. Let's just do it. Let's do the bad idea. Run this thing through town just as fast as we can. What could go wrong?
Guys, I've thought about it. I think it's time for a really bad idea.
I was just thinking, how about we do the worst thing possible as fast as we can?
Accelerationism in Ponyville. Is that the operant plan then?
I get. Anybody want to vote against?
Well, I mean, we need a unicorn, right? Is that what we're trying to do? Find someone who knows some kind of magic-y, might have some kind of idea about this.
Maybe we could have our Fasty McFasterson in the sky handle that.
All right.
He'll go.
There was Starry Night, but then you let her be crushed by a meteor.
She didn't get crushed by a meteor.
Crushed by a meteor.
She's still at home, sleeping through all this.
So we're going to take it back to the eatery, like I said.
All right, fine. We'll take it back to the eatery. We'll dump it in the fucking cider vat.
We will have some of the best space cider ever.
Fine, let's do it.
You'll lose your mind.
We'll put it in the oil. We'll bury it in the back. I don't care. We'll put it. Actually, we could just. Well, I don't. We could put it in the cellar.
Don't go down there, kid.
Don't go down there. We put evil down there once. Sure.
It's like hazardous waste disposal. Your batteries and your like light bulbs, and you gotta dispose. You gotta have like a government guy come in and do something.
You know what? Let's do. And I assume because it wasn't too far, taking it to the eatery actually is closer than anything else.
Yeah,
so, all right, then fine. Let's take it to the eatery. We'll put it in the deepest part of our cellar, and we'll keep it here.
Sit on it like evil egg, like an evil egg.
Yes, like an evil egg. We'll keep it here until we know what to do. So let's take it back to the eatery.
All right.
This is going to go wonderfully.
Oh yeah, just flawlessly. So, just before we get to the third act here, I'd like me to take a quick break, real quick.
All right, quick
I
break.
will be right back.
Cue
up the Monty Python, the Holy Grail.
Yeah,
BRB.
Yeah, that's probably a good time because we've been at this for 2 hours.
Story hit.
Potty break. Everybody party break.
Yep.
So there we are with our steel drum of evil. I actually didn't know about the writing function. That's pretty funny. There's also a pointing function. Like this guy. Except the pointers are very small. We're also using a very big table, but I've just increased the dice to a ridiculous size. Yeah, I need to put the live videos on YouTube, just, especially the tabletops. It makes far more sense for you guys to actually see them when we're doing them like this. You know, and I think this is more fun. You guys actually get to see the dice roll, get to see the craziness that we're doing, and with 5-iron just drawing the whole time.
And I'm back. I'm sorry, what?
Oh, I was just making fun of your drawings.
That's okay. So here's a math class right there.
Yeah, I'm seeing. Then you know the fun is you just do table flip and the pictures remain.
Infinity pictures.
That's weird. Like they're just on a layer floating there. That's weird.
Nope. There we go.
Hey, sweetie.
Hey, sweetie.
You're brewing your apple cider.
Yes.
Do you put preservatives in it?
No. You don't need preservatives when you do that. When you're actually brewing apple cider, the only preservatives you need is the carbon dioxide itself. Carbon dioxide keeps the food fresh. Also, the alcohol. Alcohol does that too. So that's why I cover all my food with alcohol. Rubbing alcohol. Bronyville become irradiated by time, evil magic.
The story has Princess Leia hair all of a sudden. It's pretty cool.
She's
That works.
red-haired Leia.
That's what the new movie's going to be about, right?
Her Leia's red-headed stepchild. Why is there a dinosaur attacking cities? Or
Because we're on an animation.
a gazarilla. It's a gazarilla.
Yeah. I've been enjoying the live drawing.
No, it's good. It's a nice thing to have here. You know, we get to see what happens.
Wait, Starry's distracted the cat.
Quickly.
Now we can get back to whatever it is we're doing.
Right.
Okay.
Sandy back?
Is Alpha back for that matter?
Alpha's
I'm back.
Alpha's not back. He hasn't joined the chat here. He probably
and
had kids aggro.
We lost Alpha in the game actually as well.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. He's been abducted by whatever it was at the farm.
Or in real life, I bet he had child aggro.
I'm certain. In fact, I'm a little afraid mine's going to show up here soon.
Damn children.
I know, seriously.
Yeah,
but no.
AFK got a roll for me, got a bounce.
Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah. So should we just say he's abducted by whatever?
It would complicate things.
Okay.
He will be with us, albeit quietly.
Okay.
He never talks.
Yes, he's
There we go.
lurking.
That'll
He
work.
does, but only in cutscenes.
And Italianly.
Yeah.
Hurry, I'm just messing with you. All I'm doing is messing with your ears and making you stupid.
Dumb cat with your dumb ears, Pernus.
So yeah, okay. So I guess we'll. I guess Sandy's back.
Yes, Sandy is
Okay,
back.
there he is.
I am back.
All right. Okay. So as we get into the last part of this, so Ponyville, the chaos in Ponyville unfolds before you. It said even despite the snow and the kind of starlight outside, there are fires and there's screaming and neighing,
Oh God, not the screaming and the neighing.
Ponies are capable of both, as we've seen.
Oh, nay!
Rose and Lily and the other ones. So the town is in disarray, as it appears that like there are bats attacking ponies. There are ponies who have been affected by whatever this strange force is, who are glowing greenish blue, and are shambling about like literal zombies. It's looking pretty bad, and you've decided you're gonna have to. The most expedient thing to do here is to cut through Ponyville.
Well, we changed our mind and we're going to the eatery and drinkery.
Oh, that's
we're going to store it in the cellar there.
Okay, so you're trying to get back home, basically.
Right.
Okay, so what else?
Because taking it through town is probably a real bad idea, and we can just bury it deep within our house.
Yes.
Has anything lost its head and its head became its own creature and walked around yet?
In this game?
Yeah.
No.
What? That's a very odd
Very
question.
specific, yes.
Sorry, it's just reminding me of the thing. That's why.
Oh no. No. This game.
Starry asked if there was anything that had lost its head, and then the head became its own creature.
That's a pretty standard trope, AC. I mean, come on.
I know, really.
Ghosts and goblins, really.
Oh, but it's only in one movie. God.
Oh, I know. No, believe me, this game will never approach more than like a parody of John Carpenter. Those oddly specific questions.
All right, let's go get pancakes.
Yes. Anyway, so you're gonna go like wheeling this thing. You have to go through town a little bit to get to the eatery and drinkery. Now, as you try to like creep into town, very quickly, there's several of the like zombified residents have taken notice of you. Not to mention the bats, and even like the trees on the street are alive and writhing. So, everything is glowing with that strange like greenish blue aurora glow. So it looks like because you're all having to haul this cart or be around it, which slows you down significantly. You're either going to have to like weave your way through the crowd of like possessed ponies and creatures, or you can attempt to like hot dog it again.
Hot dog it and just go nuts.
Yeah.
Yes, let's do that.
Hot dog it.
Mad dash.
So another like handling roll from Five Iron and Chef. So
That is a
Ready?
D4 minus
D6.
There's a
A
6.
6 and a 4. Yeah.
There's a 5 and a 4. So re-roll the 4 on that
Getting
one.
better at it.
Another 6.
And that
A
was-
Okay, so he got a 5, but you re-roll. Your 6 was another
I-
6, so it exploded.
And another 4.
Oh boy. Yes, keep going.
Apparently, Celestia herself has given me your driving lessons.
Okay, so that's 6.
That was 20. So take 2 off, and that's 18.
Nice. Okay, so yeah,
As you were pulling the cart, we also got anti-lock brakes.
Chef consulted the manual. There's the we were riding the clutch the whole time. So no, they wildly successful. You go like with Alpha like flying overhead and trying to spot you, and the three of you like screaming while like trying to go through town as quickly as possible and not like hit anyone. You guys carve a crazy path through town and manage to arrive back at the eatery and drinkery. Like it seems that by the time you reach there, it looks like most of Ponyville is pretty far gone at this point.
This is going exactly as planned.
It's going exactly. You managed to get there. I guess you can like wheel the cart in through the front door, or at least through like the side door or whatever. But as you're doing so, there are like slack-jawed, glowing-eyed ponies converging on the restaurant from every direction.
Oh, okay. Let's get this into the cellar real quick. I know this idea's bad, but it's the only plan we got.
When in doubt, wing it.
Yeah. What's that cartoon, and it shows like the Aztecs sacrificing someone, they're pulling their heart out, and they're like, two people are watching, and it's like, don't worry, it's the best, like, it's still the best system we have.
Meanwhile, I'm looking at, like, vacation options in Tarpany real fast.
Germany is looking pretty nice this time of year.
We got connections over there. Hey, ever thought about opening up a Tarpany store, Sandy? Because we might need to right now.
We're switching. Yeah, we're opening a Tarpanian eatery and drinkery because this place is going to be full of zombies real soon. Okay, so
It'll get better.
yeah, you can dump it in the closet or in the closet, in the cellar real quick, and then I guess barricade yourselves inside.
Yes.
Alpha ducks inside the last second as you like close the door and barricade it, and very quickly the restaurant is surrounded by the sounds of like shuffling ponies and like hooves banging on the walls and doors.
Okay, well, has anyone got any plans now? Because I'm out of them.
Well, we can. Well, does anybody have any hammers and nails? Board up the windows.
Well, I just hope that whatever this stuff is do we still feel like the magical influence, or is it far enough down and away?
It's faded away. It looks like because you were successful out of game. You were successful, but it means you resisted the effect of what it was.
Mm-hmm.
You get the impression that the ponies currently banging on the walls outside were not as lucky.
Mm-hmm. All right, so yeah, let's barricade ourselves in. It looks like that we're not going to we've resisted the sickness. Get up, get down with the sickness. So we just need to last for a little bit until help arrives. Hooray!
28 days later.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
We've got food. We've got beer. This could be like that horror movie we saw recently with the creatures that would try and drink your blood, but if you had a high enough blood alcohol level, they got sick.
What was this?
What?
It's called Grabbers.
Grabbers. We were watching it on Netflix. It's these alien creatures that come down and they drink your blood and kill you, but if you have a high alcohol level, that sickens them. So the entire movie is just them going like,
Drinking constantly.
we have to drink so that way they can't hurt us.
Yeah, and you have to have a high enough alcohol content for it to work, though.
Right. So
So you had to be ass
just
drunk.
crazy. That would be a funny campaign. It would just be like,
That sounds like a twist that would have happened in Shaun of the Dead, honestly.
yeah. Like being drunk enough, the zombies just ignored you.
Why they have to get to the Winchester?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, you very quickly board it, but like by the time the grandfather clock in the front of the front room strikes 1 in the morning, so it's been an hour forward and back, 2 and back. But at this point, even though you've barricaded it, you can hear like the windows upstairs breaking and like the door being pounded down. And they're slowly encroaching their way in.
I appreciate your vote of confidence there, Sandy. Drawing a tombstone of us. Alright, well, we're not going to be able to hold them back unless we decide that we're going to fight a zombie horde.
And I don't feel like punching out our customers.
I don't think they're coming in for meals right now. I have a pretty good idea. We're not going to be able to reason. So, we've got 2 options. We either try and hightail it out of here as fast as possible, or we take them on, because they're going to come through. And who knows what happens if and when they get that thing. Let's see. We should probably find a way to, if there was any way that we could actually completely seal up. Do you have any dynamite? Dag.
I knew we should have put those in our grab bags.
No, I know exactly what we need to do. We need to collapse the eatery on top of it.
That's
Oh
a
my.
terrible idea.
It's a
AC.
terrible idea, but we can't. We don't know what will happen if they get to it. Listen, I know it sucks, but it's the nuclear option.
Are we getting the impression they're drawn toward the crystal?
Go ahead and roll intuition. To kind of like, I should have already rolled this earlier, but to take in the information. Intuition's a skill that's kind of it's a funny one. Like, I put it in the game. It's basically you can roll it. If you roll successfully, you can deduce. Like the GM basically give you clues, but you also use it like to tell if someone's lying to you. Yeah, we can do an intuition roll.
I got a 4.
All right.
So what do I need to roll?
Do you know? Does he not have the skill? The chef doesn't. It's fine.
I don't think Chef does. No, he doesn't have
You
intuition.
can roll untrained, but
Okay.
But AC's got it basically. It's just as long as someone gets the idea. And what does? I think 5 iron definitely has it.
I don't.
Intuition D6.
What'd you get, 5 iron?
I got a 6 and a 2. I need to roll that 6 again too, right?
Yes.
You get a real good idea.
Okay, it's an 8. So no, 5 iron. You think about your question for a second, and it doesn't seem that whatever these things are have been drawn to the meteor. They've been just drawn to other living things.
Okay.
Because it seems like from just watching the other ponies in town, they kind of descended on each other. The bats, like, whatever went spread the like glow to other bats in the trees they were sitting in, and looks like the trees point to the grass that they were growing on.
So this is just going to keep going. So we need to get out of here.
Yeah.
We need to steal a train.
Is there a balloon somewhere?
Can we steal a balloon or a train? Because we need to get to Canterlot and figure out what the hell's going on.
Actually, good question. Where does Twilight Sparkle keep the balloon?
I haven't seen
I'm going to tell you, ballooning in a snowstorm seems like. Listen, we've done a few bad ideas tonight. Ballooning in a snowstorm is probably up there.
Okay, let's go for the train.
Let's commandeer a train.
Okay. So
We're going to bust out of a side window, or well, we should probably make a distraction in one area. So distraction. Bust out of a side window, hoof it back to town, steal a train. Sounds perfect. Let's do this.
Yep. I mean, and as we can see, my
sorry can come
feast or
too.
famine when it comes to driving vehicles could, what could possibly go wrong?
it'll just have you'll just have to have 2 train wrecks before you finally steer it away successfully.
What if the train's not at the Bronyville station?
Listen, we're working at this piece by piece.
Or this.
Stealing trains is the obvious next choice.
Yeah. So so here we go. Actually, into the 3rd act sequence. So AC's idea seems vaguely plausible. Just as you're preparing to leave, however, or when you're going over the option in your head, that's when I was saying the clock strikes like about 1 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. It goes dong, like everything. The interior, like you kind of look over in like surprise at first, but there's a white glow appears around the interior like door, a little front on the grandfather clock, as it quickly swings open, and there's a glowing white like portal beyond.
Oh, great! Somebody's thinking with portals.
Yes, exactly. And out from it steps a pony, which you like, which you don't immediately recognize, but looks oddly familiar. There's a earth pony mare. She's got like light kind of bluish gray coat, green hair, and green eyes. Steps out of the like grandfather clock in your front room, closes it behind her with a look of like quick desperation, and and glasses too. Takes her a second, but this pony looks so vaguely familiar because the last time you saw her, she was a human.
She was our weird friend.
Yes.
Ah.
It takes you a second, but it looks too much like her not to be it. And sure enough, she like pants her and like, Oh, good thing I found you. I found you for. You two specifically.
Yeah, hey, hi. Yeah, it's good you saw us. Actually, we could really use.
She looks at like one of the 8 watches strapped to one of her legs and looks back at your grandfather like, okay, I arrived just in time.
Just in time. You arrived. That's maybe a weird choice of words, but sure, okay, you're just in time.
She's like, oh, okay. I'm really sorry about that. My temporal stuff isn't really my specialty. I'm usually, but I think I looks like I timed it just right. Okay, everyone gather around.
Okay, so this is all concerning the crazy hate crystal we have down in the basement. Gotcha, cool. All right, so let's fix this. This is great. Cool. All right. Kumbaya. Is that what we're going with?
Just she kind of like looks back at her watch and like looks out the window at the like zombies banging on it. Like, okay, I'd estimate we have another 30 seconds or so. So that'll give it time. Everyone, grab onto a hoof or a tail or something.
Okay.
All right, because she like reaches into her bag and pulls out something that looks like one of those little like party poppers, like a little it's like a little cylinder with a string at the back.
Mm-hmm.
And then she, you see her, she pulls it out and sits, but it's just like a plain metal cylinder. She sits it on the ground, like braces against a hoof, and then bites onto the string and just like, let's blow this joint, and yanks it. And then just as the front door begins to crack and like angry hooves start like punching through it, all of you I assume are holding on at this point. When she when she pulls the string, there's a sound like a cannon going off inside your room. And
and bad end. Yeah, goodbye. All right.
A bright white flash followed by everything going black for a moment. I just lost part of my pen. When everyone kind of comes to, you're standing on what appears to be a beach.
Meanwhile, in a different movie.
Yeah. Next door. Yeah, it takes you. It looks like you're standing on a beach at night. There's a bright night sky outside, and the water kind of laps against it gently. The beach appears to just extend off into the horizon in both directions, and then sand in another direction. So it looks like you're on the edge of the ocean.
You know, I really should be like surprised by this, or well, at least we're not dead.
Well, you're somewhat surprised that you're looking up at the night sky, and you appear to be like floating over the earth.
Okay, that part's new.
The sky is kind of a kind of a fisheye lens look down at the earth, and you can kind of see Equestria through like the kind of vaguely. You can see points of lights from the various cities and such.
Okay, this is new. We're on another spaceship, I guess. What's up with all these spaceships?
The other pony, if you remember, her name is Gleamsong.
Mm-hmm.
Not a spaceship actually, but a ancillary pocket dimension.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
I get those mixed up all the time.
Yeah, like believe me. She looks around like, okay, everyone here, like all 4 of you are here. Whew, okay, Sometimes the ripcord doesn't catch everyone. It can be a little tricky.
Yeah. So
she's like looking around and like immediately like checking watches and such like.
Okay, so cool. So you seem to have a much better idea about all the stuff that's happening today. I'm not sure if even I need to catch you up with us taking the crazy crystal and everything, and it landing, and us putting it in a steel drum, taking it back. Anyway, so how do we fix that?
She goes, oh, that's what I forgot. I forgot to signal my signal the boss, and she taps one of her watches real quick, and then seconds later, from a glimmer up in the sky, Princess Luna appears.
Oh, look at that!
Princess Luna and her possum, of course.
because, of course, possible.
I'm sure Alpha and Five Iron are just kind of staring blankly.
Oh yes, we're good at that.
Oh, hey, Princess. Good to see you again. Hey, usually it's spaceships. This time it's ancillary pocket dimensions. That's a new one.
She nods like, well, everything turned, but everything came in time, didn't it? And Gleam's like, yeah, everything worked out. Let's see, she's like checking watches and such. The intrusion was exactly on time.
The what? Okay. Oh, hold on one second, because everything downstairs, like, I'm not sure you saw, but everyone's crazy zombified, and there's all sorts of, like, everything turning everything into, like, evil, crazy.
Like, oh, like, you need not worry about it right now. Everything will be taken care of in time.
Okay. That's cool.
Gleam Slugger says, like, we should probably explain. In the past couple of years, we've been experiencing a greater number of extra-dimensional intrusions on our Earth. Like, I believe you two were present for one of the last great ones.
Yes, I recall something about trying to take somebody's hat off and being told no.
I believe you destroyed Flash Sentry's car.
Listen, we all had to make sacrifices that day.
Yeah.
Also his guitar.
Yeah, that I can agree with. Well, you see, as a result of that, the Order of Amalthea has had to expand our operations. The Princess has given us, just like nods to Luna, has given us more or less free reign to take care of this at our own discretion.
So, what is this exactly?
Like, well, sorry. What was this? Oh, this, yes. Well, you see, our mutual acquaintance, the one from beyond, which I believe we met previously.
Is he the dancy one? Is he the labyrinth one, or oh no, we're talking about the other one. Oh no, we are talking about the crazy one that we defeated, and he's like, oh, all right, good job, bye.
Yeah. She said, yeah, but I believe the chosen name at the time was Nyarlathotep. Unfortunately, it seems he's taken rather interest in Equestria again. Even though we've sealed the passage to the mirror, it looks like he's moved on to try to access this dimension directly.
Okay. Well, I guess we have to stop him again.
Luna's like, precisely, and that's why I've taken the liberty. That's why I've taken the liberty of recruiting you for.
Oh, that's cool. We tend to be good at this for some reason, so sure, yeah. I mean, I kind of have a crazy hate crystal in the basement of my eatery right now that I'm going to need to get rid of. So I think that our needs are aligned at this moment.
Yeah.
Precisely. And this will be an operant lesson in your initial duties here as the newest members of our order. You see, when you begin dealing with time and space, it becomes very like these kind of things that you normally consider to be constant are actually rather relative. So in this case, we decided to see how you would handle this with no foreknowledge of it happening, and it looks like the results were predictable.
Is that good? Is predictable good or is predictable bad?
Consider a demonstration in what happens when you fail.
I kind of thought we failed.
Kind of felt like it.
And now you're going to be given a second chance, a second shot at it.
Wait, wait, is this like a simulation? Is this just a test?
Oh no, don't, Luna's like, oh no, this is all quite real.
But why are you, wait, so it's real, all of this is happening, but we just reset it so that it didn't happen.
Oh, we're not going to, we can't reset events as they unfolded, but with the unique conditions we find ourselves in, currently, as I said, time can be a bit flexible.
Sandy.
We're the Gleam song cuts in. Like, in other words, we're going to send you back and rewind things just slightly. We found the order. Our order has made some interesting discoveries about how to manipulate about time and space. Is obviously probably as you can imagine, kind of gesturing to this.
Yeah, this is something.
I would prefer this not be the end result here. Yeah, I kind of like the town.
Unfortunately, our abilities to play are limited, so we can give you less than an hour.
Okay, so that puts us roughly at bats flying around crazy and us trying to get that thing into the barrel.
I should say with that roughly an hour. We'll give you roughly 10 minutes prior to impact.
Okay. I don't know how much more we'll be able to do. All right. Sure. I guess that sounds like a plan. A plan? Okay. All right. Yay.
Well, we can do it.
Yeah, if this is and Gleamsong looks at her watches like, well, if that's all taken care of, should I initiate the sequence? Luna kind of nods at her. Like, all right, good luck on your second try.
Yay!
You blink and you find yourselves back outside the restaurant. It appears to be an hour previously when you it looks like it's just about when you stepped outside for the first time. Or sorry, no, my mistake. Have to be before that. You stepped. You find yourself outside the restaurant, but there's no eerie glow coming from the horizon over there. Everything seems to be back to normal. And just glancing inside, you can see the grandfather clock through the window. It's about 11:30 at night.
Okay. All right.
All four of you are present.
This is new. Okay. Let's go through this. Does anyone have an idea of what we need to do first?
Not go to the crash site.
That. All right. That's on one level. I'm totally with you. On another one, we can't do that.
It was worth a shot.
It was. Good job.
Just give it up and have a beer.
Just hang. I feel like we're going to just have that, the edge of tomorrow moment where we've done this test like 80 times and we just have the one where it's just like, we're just drinking. Forget it. We're just drinking on this one. We're just gonna let it go. And then we see how bad it is and then we try again. All right. So the first big problem was the bats.
And for 5 Iron, you are supposed to be bewildered by this.
Okay, it's working.
They are beholden to a context which your character is not yet aware of.
This is all sadly normal for us. Shall we tell you about the time we were humans?
The what now?
Yeah, all right, let's keep moving.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. What were our failings last time? The stone corrupted the trees, the stone corrupted the bats then spread to town, started spreading there, so we need to stop the bats. We need to stop it from spreading in the trees. How do we do that?
Hasn't crashed yet, right?
Not yet. We've got 30 minutes.
Is there any way we can intercept it with something?
Let's see. Ways to intercept them.
Do you have any anti-satellite missiles?
I'm thinking magic, but again, no unicorns.
Yes. Starry! Could you catch a meteor for us? Your name is Starry Night. Maybe you've got something to do with this?
Crickets.
Yeah, you're outside.
I'm asleep. Leave me alone. I'm not doing any of your dumb adventures. It's to save everyone. They're not dumb.
I'm going to stop and explain, like, okay, in half an hour there's a meteor strike right over there. I need you to catch it.
Catch it with your magic and throw it back into space. That's all we need.
So, like, implausible scenarios outside.
This is befuddling. How do we stop a meteor strike that then corrupts everything? All right, let's see.
The spike.
If you in the chat know how you would solve this, feel free to.
You are the players. What do you do? You have half an hour. You know where the meteor is going to come down.
Yes.
Can we borrow that mirror and let it fly through the mirror?
Well, I think the first thing that we would need to do, if at all possible, let's get over to where it is. And the thing that slowed us down the most was the fact it was embedded into a tree.
Yes.
So we need to get over there. We need to take down that tree so it doesn't become embedded into it. And then we just need to move from there. If we can get it out of there in quick enough time, then it won't corrupt the bats, it won't corrupt the trees, and then we can get it to someplace safe. So let's go with that.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so let's get back over there, get rid of the tree that it's going to embed itself into, get the barrel from Big Macintosh, who's going to be very confused.
Put on your caps and put on your plaid and your lumberjack hats.
Yes. All right, so let's hightail it over there.
Okay, so moving it all with all due speed, you arrive, you head back to the West Orchard, and you kind of follow your familiar landmarks, and you see the particularly large apple tree near the center of the orchard that you remember as the one that was the target, right where the meteor strike was to be. You can see a bunch of sleeping fruit bats in it as well.
Oh boy. All right, Sandy. All right, there's going to be some stuff that needs to do. I know that they are in the barn, so I need to go over to the barn and explain them what's going on. Need to procure the barrel from them and
they'd be in the house. They went to the barn because the bats started attacking and the window was open.
Okay. So, in that case, I'm going to the barn. I'm going to go steal myself a barrel and a cart. Sandy, I need you to start taking down this tree, which I'm sure is going to make them quite mad. Well, let's see, actually. Let me see what we can do to split up the labor here, because I'm going to need to deal with them since I have the largest persuasion.
The idea of them discovering you cutting down a tree in the middle of the night
in a snowstorm. That's what I mean. Is I'm going to have to be no, listen, this is normal. Trust us.
We've done this before, literally.
It's okay, so we need to get the cart and that over there. So 5 Iron, if you could get the cart and the barrel over to the area so we can move that quickly.
I am on it.
Okay, I will. Sandy, you go ahead and take down the tree, and I assume that I'm going to have to deal with some angry apples. So I'll take that burden.
All right.
And we could probably assume that Alpha is probably going to try and spook the fruit bats away.
Okay.
Seems like a smart idea.
So we'll always start with that. So he flies up and kind of wakes up the sleeping fruit bats and chases them away. Thankfully, with that, they basically just kind of screech at you and fly away.
Okay, good. One down.
So Chef, you're gonna start cutting down the tree while the other two go take care of things.
Oh, it's a good thing I have plenty of strength.
Yeah. So the details. I'm sure there's some sort of tree trimming apparatus or tool laying nearby. So yeah, go ahead and roll strength. This will determine how fast you can get it done.
All right, let's clean up this board a little bit from you silicons. A 1 and a 3.
3.
Okay.
It's very hard to chop down a tree with an axe between your teeth.
Is that the roll you want to go with?
I'll use my second Vinny. Because it would be hard to be worse.
You can't really fail to cut down a tree. It's just to see how long it takes you. You do have a limited time. 5.
5.
All right. So Chef grabs a nearby rusty axe and starts at it. So Five Iron, what was the part you agreed to?
Cart and barrel.
Right. Okay. So while you take care of that, while you take care of breaking into the barn, AC, I'm interested to see how you take so you go and knock on the farmhouse door.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty much, if they go what's this noise of someone taking down a tree in our orchard? You know, I kind of want to be there to be like, hey, it's that cousin. We don't see each other enough. I know it's late and it's weird.
I'm breaking into your house, but just bear with me.
I know it's late and weird, but hey.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, sure enough, the sound of the fruit bats flying away, the chopping noise, and the sound of the barn being broken into, as you arrange a cart and a barrel, the door opens and it's Big Mac again, and wearing a big plaid snuggie, I think.
Oh boy. Hey, Mac, hey, it's apple cider. Hey, the extended relative. We don't see each other enough, by the way. You should come by over more. Anyway, listen, there's something going down, and I just want you to know, so this is going to sound a little crazy, and trust me, it's a little crazy. But, so there's going to be a meteor that's going to slam into that tree. We had to take down the tree so that way it doesn't get embedded in the meteor and it does all sorts of evil, creepy stuff. I know it's weird. You got to trust me on this. We also need to get a metal drum from the area as well as a cart so we can get it out of here. That way the orchard doesn't become possessed, the bats don't become possessed, that everybody doesn't turn into creepy zombies. So yeah, it's cool. We'll get this all back to you once the creepy evil is dealt with. We cool? We're good. We're good. We're good.
He guys he looked like. Yup.
Awesome. Cool, man. I'll be back. I'll
close the door in your face.
All right. That went well. See, I'll see you soon. Sleep well.
So running back probably help him with the cart.
Yes.
By the time you get back though, since you got the success on it, Chef has just barely managed to fell the tree, and hauls away with his teeth.
Okay. All right. So we got that. We got the cart in place. Let's go ahead and load some snow inside of the cart so that way we can go ahead and get that taken care of early. Okay. So we got that. We got the bin ready, so okay, we're ready to collect this and get it out of here as fast as possible. Our goal is going to be to take it towards the scorched area, and we should be able to get it through town fast enough that it shouldn't affect too much. So we can go ahead and go towards the scorched area, and that should be fine. So let's go with that.
Okay. So you get everything set up, and then you can see once again at the stroke of midnight, the sky kind of you can feel a rumbling beneath your feet as the sky lightens. You can see the first streak of the meteor up in the sky. Assuming you're all going to take cover.
Yes. Snowbanks.
Hiding behind the snowbanks, you watch and sure enough, the meteor comes flying down and strikes the ground with this thunderous crash. All the trees shake. The fruit bats go flying into the air away from it. And then there's so once again there's a smoldering crater where now it's just a stump.
Okay, all right, let's move, guys. Let's get this into the bin. Let's get this onto the cart, and let's get this out of here.
Okay, and sure enough, it is the same crystal as before. This time there are no bats or trees right nearby. And the chef they've helpfully cleared them away. So you very quickly repeat the process, carry the crystal away. One last time, everyone roll spirit again.
Alrighty.
All right, so let's see. My spirit again is, I think everyone's 6.
D8. Everyone's good.
Everyone's an 8? Okay.
Six. So I got a 9.
All right.
Sandy has a 9.
Got a 5 and a.
I got a 5.
Wait, I'm supposed to roll the D8 or the D6 then?
What's that?
Roll the D8 or the D6. I had a double 5.
Neither of them. Like they would be.
Oh,
It's only.
never mind.
It's only if you get the maximum result.
Okay. So I had 5s.
So, so, AC, what did you get?
I got a 5.
Okay, so that's -2 is a 3.
Yeah, all right, Benny.
Same with 5 iron.
I'll use one as well.
Okay. This will be interesting if the
6. All right, plus that's 10 minus 2, but does that include the Elon?
you get that bonus.
Yeah, okay.
So you've got an evened out 4, and then 5 iron you rolled an 11.
Well, I had a 6 and a 4.
Oh, you were the one with that. Okay.
Yeah.
So 5 iron
I had a 5 again.
Ah, okay. Interesting. So so the 3 of you, like, or the 4 of you with Alpha technically following along, have managed to get most of the way there. For 5 iron, you're feeling that same sensation as for all the but the rest of you kind of notice he eventually kind of stops, and he's now vaguely glowing with that same blue-green energy that's coming from the inside the barrel.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay, this didn't happen last time. This isn't particularly good. Okay, all right. I'll trade places. You stay in the cart. I'll trade and I'll help pull.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going towards the scorched area.
Okay. So as he does. It's good for you. It's good for you. It's the one who failed.
He's going to try and poison us all with poison.
Oh yeah, so he's starting to look a little like woozy at first, and I said 5 iron, you're sleepier and sleepier. By the time you finally make your way out to the trackless desolation outside town, thanks to Princess Twilight's giant battle with T-Rex, he goes full zombie on you by the time you reach there.
Oh no!
I just rolled for it, and unfortunately, he eyes glowing and kind of blank stare. He tries to attack AC, but he's not. Thankfully, 5 irons doesn't have any fighting, and he misses. So
all right, time to put you down. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
So you bring it out to the kind of desolation area. So you've got him kind of shuffling after you, trying to attack you.
All right, I need to avoid contact. There's nothing out here. Let's see, I could try and reason with his inner self. Persuasion. Try and persuade him that, no! You have this, you can fight this! You have the ability! You just have to believe!
It's like
Meh.
Dawn of the Dead. Or not Dawn of the Dead, which one is that? It's just the Romero one where they found out they could talk to the zombies.
I don't remember.
You're there's no roll necessary because he's not responding.
He's not going to respond. Okay, let's see. So we got a cart, we've got a zombie. I assume that there's probably some rope attached to said cart.
Sure.
Alright, we need to lasso us a 5 iron.
Alright, so who wants to be put in charge of that?
Well, there's two of us, so we could technically work together to corral him.
And Alpha can help as well.
Yes.
Who wants to be the primary one?
I will be the bait.
Okay, you'll be the bait.
I'll be leading him while the other two...
You roll fighting. Chef, roll fighting. I will roll for Alpha.
Alrighty.
So all 3 of you...
I have a 6, so...
All 3 of you are going to gang up and attempt to tie him up.
Oh. Those
Sandy
are
is
threes.
doing his best. Sandy says, I got a 4 on my fighting, so I'll reroll that. And another 4.
Sorry.
So I got 11.
This picture.
Ow.
Whoa, did that just appear?
That just happened.
Oh my god. Sorry, Sadie, what was your roll?
I got an 11.
Oh, if you guys in the audio are not going to get this, I'll include this in part of the thing. But there's an animation that Obvious Fail just made, which is a crudely animated but awesome thing of us running into the barn, the fruit bat's there, all of us escaping in a cart while the barn explodes into fire, and then the sunglasses just come down and cover.
Were you the one who made that picture of Mike the Microphone's character in that stream?
What now, peasants?
Yes. Which, as many mixed feelings I have about that game, that was the best part of it.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. Will that take care of... Okay, Chef, I just rolled for...
I'll have that in the show notes, by the way.
Oh, please send that to me. Yeah. Anyway, so I had to roll for 5 iron and rolled amazing. But Chef just barely managed to beat him. What was your...
I rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3, okay. Yeah, I also rolled for Alpha, and he also rolled a 2. So thankfully, Sandy, you rolled exactly 1 high enough.
Yay!
So you managed to lasso 5 iron for the moment. And now that you're well away from town, you can look around. Nothing. There's no plant life or animal life or pony life nearby trying to eat you. And then there's finally a moment of silence. And you get the same you feel the same kind of odd kind of hard in the air tingling sensation, and Gleam Song and Luna reappear in a burst of light.
Hey, you two. Good to see you again. So we got a thing.
Luna looks at Gleam Song. I told you they could handle it. My choices have yet to fail me.
Oh, cool. We still do have this thing.
Oh, yes. Okay. Gleam Song snaps, and the barrel and the crystal disappear in a blast of white light as she snaps.
Oh, cool. Crisis averted, I guess. Oh yeah, what about him? He's kind of a zombie right now. Luna's like, don't worry. With the meteor removed from this space, the effect will fade. Will fade in a few seconds. Oh, good. All right, that'd be great.
She turns and kind of addresses the other two. So I suppose I owe you two an explanation as well.
Oh, that'd be great. Or wait, you mean them too? Okay.
Yeah, you go. You snap to, feeling a bit groggy, but otherwise fine. Other than you're tied up in the dirt.
What's going on?
The Order of Amalthea was set into place by my sister and I several years ago. Our job is to originally was to watch for any kind of exterior intrusion into the human dream world, which is tied to Equestria. Unfortunately, there seems to be a rather powerful visitor from outside, and it seems to be very much bent on wreaking havoc in Equestria himself, along with any number of outside intrusions which become greater and greater in the past few years. Agent Gleamsong here has been spearheading the effort to expand the Order of Amalthea's operations. As part of that, we've drafted you for.
Woo! Drafting. That's congrats.
Okay. Why? Okay.
You have each been selected individually for your unique talents and skills that we think will be most applicable in saving Equestria from certain doom, as you just demonstrated.
Well, we more kind of just brought a weird thing out in the middle of nowhere, but yeah, accurate.
Gleam's like that. Don't underestimate it, but see what you can do with the Order's resources.
At least their place didn't get destroyed this time. That's good. I was planning on burning it down, which, boy, that was going to be bad. Star was going to be real mad at me.
Should have burned down the house around her.
Ooh, she'd be so mad at me in the afterlife, coming after me, going like, "You remember that time you burned down the house while I was sleeping in it to stop some great evil?"
I'm definitely going to haunt your ass. She continues. As we generally draft ponies without their prior knowledge or approval. Really, honestly, we wouldn't the type of ponies we want working for us are not the ones who would willingly want to fight interdimensional evil.
No, I could understand how many would not want to spend a large amount of time fighting interdimensional evils.
But thankfully, you will be trained and you'll be given a introduction into what all the powers and technology that our order has access to. We'll be working sometimes together, sometimes alone, and sometimes with other agents that we'll be recruiting. This we considered a fairly minor intrusion. We thought rather than dealing with it ourselves, we'd give it to you to see what you can do.
Oh, that seems reasonable.
Minor being the entire town was turned into.
Yes, minor being the critical failure of everything and the destruction thereof. The dimension that the ancillary side dimension that you were at earlier is we call the watering hole. It's a common point that can be reached from anywhere on the Earth. It's as simple as using one of these. And Gleamsong pulls out another one of the little cylinders. We call these ripcords. If you're ever in an untenable situation, we use this and it'll return you instantly to the watering hole. But we would advise against using it lightly because we think that we have some experimental data to suggest that prolonged use of ripcords is deleterious to your health. Okay.
And dimensional integrity.
Makes sense.
Dimensional integrity?
Sometimes, what is the phrase? Sometimes you have to crack a few eggs to make an omelet.
But eggs being like the universe.
It is many words.
Oh boy.
All the more reason not to use them lightly. So she's explaining this, and the ripcord is like an eject. That you can eject yourself from whatever dimension you're in. On top of that, you will be given a thorough briefing before each assignment that we send you on. It will somehow be involved in safeguarding Equestria's interest and safety of its citizens. For the moment, I think it's safe to say that you could probably use a break.
Well, or nap time, sleep time.
Yeah, something like that.
Bedtime. It is 1 a.m. in a blizzard in the middle of nowhere outside of town.
Probably feels more like 3 a.m. at our point.
Yeah, you've gone through.
Yes, you're on the East Coast. It definitely does.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So yeah, it was like I don't know, like. Yeah, so I suppose we can wait to begin introductions until we'll give them a little time to relax. Very well then. When you're ready to begin your first assignment, we will come calling.
Okay, all right. I guess we're some sort of. Well, I guess we were weird secret agents before, and I guess we'll keep doing it.
Paranormal investigators.
And with that, the two of them disappear in like a flash of white light, leaving you on the edge of town. Thankfully, with no more meteor, but it is in the middle of a snowstorm.
Well, Sandy, it keeps on happening.
Yep.
But hey, we're super important.
And we're still alive.
Yeah, this time that was a surprising.
And we didn't zombify our town.
No, we found the way to not kill everyone.
Which turns out is important.
Yeah, call me shocked.
Is this your friendship lesson for the week?
Dear Princess Celestia, sometimes it's better to not kill all your friends.
Sometimes you're gonna fail. Sometimes that's just because Luna decided you should have this time.
And then I don't like again. Unfortunately, I had like an outro planned, but I did not remember off the top of my head, so I'll just have to end it there.
Yay!
Hooray!
It's over.
It felt
Not a zombie.
yeah, sorry, it's a bit scattered, but I have to like introduce the concept for the ongoing game in some way.
The ongoing game series, which I was making the joke earlier, and actually I like the fact that it could potentially be, but I was just going like, it's going to be Sandy and AC and assorted friends going around and stopping fan fiction from happening.
And I think even said, like, you're not too far off.
It's like, oh no, it's Nyx.
Just drop a meteor on her. The general idea, like now the cat's out of the bag, is that you two and then all of our other ongoing guests for the show get to go on interdimensional adventures, and like you get to occasionally alter time and go to other spaces and such.
Go us. We're interdimensionally awesome.
Because the Tony World wasn't weird enough.
It's not weird. No, not. Well, it's not weird enough. That's why everything's trying to get in. So.
Needs to be about 20% weirder.
Even though we saw fairies and...
I see the fairies are one of the...
We saw fairies!
The fairies were like are not the weirdest thing we've seen. But yeah, so the idea for future games is that they'll be like, we can have ongoing arcs where you get sent to different times and places. The intention that you're supposed to be trying to fix something or prevent something bad from happening. In the kind of like, this is more or less what Doctor Who does, except he just wastes a lot of time.
Well, how about the quantum leap effect? Are we just suddenly going to jump into someone's body? All of a sudden, I'm like a mare, and it's really weird, and have to like hit on some guy, but it's just because the person's body I've jumped into is a lady, so no comment.
You'll see. Oh, the chat's asking. They got sent back in time just enough that they could clear the tree and everything else away from where the meteor was going to crash and contain it before it spread.
That way, it stopped the contagion, so that we could actually get it away fast enough.
Intention. I mean, this is an example of the kind of things that you'll be sent to clean up. And yeah, I'll I'll post more details about it and other stuff. But yeah, that was me. Trying to come up with an intro trying to come up with like a decent intro for a weird game like this.
For our ongoing series, Time Janitors.
Apple cider, Chef Sandy and friends, time tops.
So we did it. We win.
Hooray!
Alright, and the important point that everyone cares about after a tabletop game. What is our hot rewards?
Oh, yeah. Well.
Oh, that thing.
Savage Worlds has the experience points come in usually 1, 2, or 3. 1 is like you get a short session and not much happened. 2 is average. 3 means like exceptional success. For this, there wasn't really like an exceptional success condition other than not die.
We didn't die, that's for sure.
Yeah,
I count that as a win.
Oh yeah, definitely. So it's just 2 XP for this.
Yay!
Hooray! Points.
I have the Google spreadsheet all set up so that it updates your experience total at the bottom of your page.
Sweet.
But so you'll gain more experience every 5 experience. You get like a level up, sort of. You get to add things to your character. And we can explain that in future games.
Yes, and you'll get things and powers.
Ooh. Laser eyes. Come on, laser eyes.
If you're good.
I'm looking forward to getting the voice.
He's been looking forward to this edge.
I just got the intuition enough that I can do it. So next time I can get that edge, that's going to be just like, you should tell us where we need to go. I think I will.
I suppose we'll have to bring Alpha up to speed, or you can listen to the recording or something. I think he left when they were dealing with radioactive bats, and he comes back and he's a time cop.
Congratulations, you're now.
You know, sometimes you just black out and stuff happens.
Promotion.
I woke up and it was a time comp. But yeah, the idea is any ongoing guests for the show are other ponies that have been wittingly or unwittingly recruited by the Order of Amalthea
Has time cops.
as time comps. It gives me carte blanche to come up with like absurd settings for games. So it's not every game just has to be somehow centered around Ponyville or Germans showing up.
But it's the Germans.
You can still go to targeting. So. But yeah, so that's this game is.
Does that mean that we're gonna have Doctor Who adventures like Kill Pony Hitler?
Like
Let's kill Pony Hitler.
there really was a Pony Hitler though.
I have a few offerings for Pony Hitler if you like.
I was totally waiting for something like, you mean so and so.
That's why I say I have some offerings. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. That takes care of the Savage World of My Little Pony for this week. We will probably be back if we're doing 1 month's time. Let me take a look at my handy dandy calendar. Depending, it'll probably be sometime. The 20th would be roughly 4 weeks from now. But
December. Okay.
yeah, of December. We'll do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do. So it's the 23rd today. We're going to be taking off next week, the 30th, and then come. Actually, I know I won't be able to do the 20th, so we might do something like the 13th or around there.
Yeah.
Because I'm on call on the 20th, so we can do that, and we will do another one of these tabletops. We'll keep them coming.
Yeah.
Well, and you guys really like them, and it's a fun, silly thing that we can do. And
I tried to this should be just as much an introduction as possible. We didn't do too much of the mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
Some dice rolling stuff. I didn't really get to combat, but it didn't really come up. So
right.
So future games will be exploring different elements of the game, and we have some fun with that. We'll get back. There'll be more exploring more parts of the game later.
All right, and with that,
hopefully the premise is not too out there.
yep, and with that, we're gonna go ahead and play Assorted Cheetos. Yay!
This board too.
Wow.
Oh my.
Some of the bird gizzards.
All right, so that's been the. Go ahead and tell everyone where you can go over and find the Savage World of My Little Pony.
Well, let's just instead of dictating it, let's just drop it on the show doc. Give a link to it.
Well, I could, but I always like you to be able to pimp out your deviant art.
I don't post stuff on it too terribly frequently, but yeah.
Okay, so you can go find all that in the show notes. We'll have all the silly GIFs that we've had listed inside of there, so you can go check it out. And, thanks, 5 Iron and Alpha, for coming in and being guesties and playing game with us.
Or Alpha will take care of family stuff.
Yeah, family.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, Sandy. You're the Thunderbringer.
Count on me.
I do. And Roger, thank you for running this crazy game.
Yep. It's insane.
All right. We're going to go ahead and do this. Let's see. So next week we are off. The week after we'll do a horse show. And then after that next week after, we're going to do another tabletop more than likely. We'll keep you informed depending on how stuff goes.
So we are talking about competitive dressage now, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
All right. And with that, we will go ahead and catch you. We'll catch you 2 weeks from now in December. It's going to be December. Start planning your presents. Oh, and by the way, I did get enough money in donations recently to play Sonic streams. So I guess at some point I'm going to start doing that. Thanks.
We'll be expecting your Sonic fan art on any time.
It's going to be great. I'm just going to get to play that soon for all of you. So yeah, we will go ahead and catch you all. We'll catch you all very soon with another episode of Pony and another tabletop. Till then, sleep well, every pony.
Adios.
Bye.
Hit the button, Frank. I am.
All right, that is over.
Yay.
I will not forget to upload to YouTube.
That's right.
We are on YouTube. We're also still streaming at this moment.
Yeah. Did you guys manage to get your stuff off of just in TV?
Well, I record them locally as well.
Oh, that's true. Okay, that's true.
Okay, guys, I have got to step away. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. It's a little bit of it was kind of a scattered introduction.
No, it's okay. I like where it's going.
Hopefully, if you want to play in the future, it would be I'll send you like some sort of material ahead of time that will explain things, so it's not quite as like scattered. You're being sent to this. You get like a briefing. That would be kind of funny. Here's your mission.
Here's what you got to do. All right, now to play some Elder Sign. Woo!
All right, I'm gonna hang up. I'll see you guys
Later.
Thank you.
Thank you. Click.
All the textures aren't loading.
No, it takes a little bit.
Oh, there it goes. I'm trying to play Twilight Struggle and it's like accidentally hit the table flip button because that game has like a million little paper tokens. No.
The Barclaw, or however I say that, I will be starting with original. I will be starting with the Sonic the Hedgehog original game. My aim is simply to beat them, not to super them or anything like that.
Red, now you can gnaw on me. Kitty.
I played CD in the I just didn't have a Sega CD back during those days, so it made it. I was never able to get very good at it between like the weird like. So you have to go back in time to stop something to make the good future. See, my personal favorite is 3 plus Knuckles. That's the best. Best.
Did you ever see that comic and it was like, or that picture and it was like a bunch of stills from like the Sonic the Hedgehog animated show and it was like predicted, it was all just like this weird stuff like Sonic in a diaper, all the weird stuff.
Boy. Oh yeah.
It was like predicted by Sonic the Hedgehog, like the animated series. Everything on DeviantArt.
Sonic and Drag, Sonic and
Yeah.
the diaper. Yeah, it's that old show is pretty awful.
And I have a cat on my left. I'm happy.
Barracloth. Okay. Yeah.
Baraclava.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna play them and do all the just beat them. So I need to find actually one of the digital specials. I was thinking about getting a actual old Genesis or one of the players, but it's easier just to get the digital version off of, I think that they had one on I think they have it on Steam or Good Old Games or something like that I could get it and
Good Old Games like they did X-Wing and TIE Fighter.
So I can play it off of play them off of there, and that way
all hail to the great GOG.
Yep, so I can get that GOG, Good Old Games. Let's see if they have that.
It's just GOG.com.
That works. Hit the button. Button says Sonic. No results.
Wait,
Go.
Whoa, that's pretty crazy.
Nothing. No Sega.
Their Ultimate D&D collection.
Well-
Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, Planescape Torment, Neverwinter Nights 1 and 2, Icewind Dale 1 and 2, Temple of Elemental Evil, Dragon Shard, and Demon Stone, all for $20.
Yup.
Neat.
I've only beaten one of those games.
Let's see. This is what I have to search for you crazy people.
What are you doing to yourself?
I don't know.
Doctor Who, the adventure games?
Yes.
Ooh. Actually, no, I mean, that show suits itself to an adventure game.
So $5 here. So $5 to Oh man, they even got like Spinball and 3D. I don't want to fall down this hole.
Do you ever have you watched any of those the like Let's Play of like terrible games by Lotax and Schmarky?
I haven't.
Oh, those are good. The one that they do like this someone's dumb like Shadow the Hedgehog fan game is really good.
Oh man. Or somebody was trying to get me to play Sonic.exe, and I'm like, listen, I know that's a fan-made horror game.
Sonic.exe.
It's all about the super creepy Tails doll. Ooh.
Red has like curled himself around my hand and won't let it go.
Yes, that's what he does. He lays on bits of you and
Oh, yes.
claims them.
But I can't just pet him in a circle. It's very efficient. Just come right off of his back and then straight onto his head, just right there.
He doesn't mind if you go back. You can go backwards. He doesn't care.
He just likes people touching him.
Yeah, pretty much. He don't feel great to hear.
I know there was a Sonic Sega one on the Humble Bundle recently.
I guess while we're on, like, I guess people are still in the stream.
Or if somebody has those games by chance and feels like they want to hurt me, they can always just forward them my way.
Do you really wanna hurt
Post here now if you want to cause AC pain. I know I do.
Really wanna make him cry?
No.
I totally thought when the word you said it first, I thought we were doing a show today.
So this was $30 earlier. Now it's gone back up to like $112. You can get Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, All Stars Racing 3.
The thing that gets me about this is if you're the kind of person who's willing to spend $120 on Sonic, you already own these games.
Yes, I used to own these games.
Or you're AC. You're weird.
Yes. I know that once I get done with all these, it means I get to play Sonic Boom. Woo. Actually, I'm looking at this. This doesn't actually even include 06.
Really?
Like, it doesn't include the most terrible of the games.
You should just play the... If you talk to Kefka Floyd, he'd back me up. You should play the original Wolfenstein.
You talk. Alright, well, you know what, guys? I think that probably takes care of us for today. I think that does everything that we need here. Starry is hungry. So I think we're winding down. I thank you all for coming in. As said, next week we're going to have off. So we will not see you on the 30th, but we will convene on the 7th. And then we will reconvene on the 14th, more than likely, as long as schedules permit.
Yeah, we'll work something out. My Sundays are free.
Yep.
I alternate this with my Sunday game, so.
Yep. So yeah, we'll look at that. We will continue to do these as often as we can, and yeah, that way you guys get more tabletop and we do more silly.
And now that I've got the introduction out of the way, we can get straight. I can make the games can be like longer and more involved and have a less like weird thrown together plot.
We're strange equestrian time cops. I still just I giggle at the idea that I got to talk about like some of the dumb ideas with like how time is regulated. It's all regulated by all the ponies with the time symbols on them. They always do the same thing, so you can tell that something has gone wrong by the changes of the yes. Yes, that GIF. We need that GIF. There, let's see. There we go. I love the Applejack that runs out so mad after it.
That's right.
I love the Sandy just has his leg out the whole time.
All the fruit bastards dead.
This is completely accurate.
Have you guys seen that movie Interstellar yet?
No, not yet.
It's really good.
Have not. I heard good things about it though.
It's definitely worth watching in theaters. It's one of those ones where it's like they put an actual effort into making the visuals like really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen it twice in theaters. Saw it with 2 different groups of friends. It was totally worth it.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna go ahead and head out. Me and Starry need to get food, and we could probably bring Roger along. We could do Vietnamese. You were wanting Vietnamese.
Well, I'm good.
yesterday.
I'm good with this one here.
You're just gonna eat our cat? Okay.
Aww. But I like my cat.
Well,
He doesn't seem to be
he'd
too
pee on less things that way. That's for sure.
He would just pee inside Roger.
out for long.
Gross. Gross. All right, we're gonna go ahead and catch you guys next week, or not next week, but we'll catch you soon.
Next
then,
time.
Next
See you around,
time.
people.
We'll see you soon. Bye, kiddos.
Adios.